Round one, fight!
Right. Hadouken! So, if you recognize the music, that is a remix of Ken's theme from Street Fighter. Shout out to Neon X for providing us with that intro music. I have to give him a shout out every once in a while, so we appreciate that. Thank you. But welcome to Tournament Fights. Tonight we are doing one of our regular guests, Stephen Shepard. We threw his top 64 movies into the tournament of 64, and we're going to see what comes out on top. It's completely randomized, so we're going to be revealing them round by round. And so we'll see what we got. But I'm going to go ahead and introduce my panel for tonight. We'll start with my co-host for this evening, Austin Pez Howell. How's it going?
Jordan is becoming quickly the hottest ticket in the community to throw your 64 into the randomized tournament. Everybody's lining up to do it, and tonight we've got Stephen Shepard as our guest of honor. They can't wait to get on there. Everybody's you got a list about a mile long now. People
right.
It's crazy. It's crazy.
I can't even keep up with the DMs. They're just hitting me up left and right, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But we'll bring in the guest of honor. We got Stephen Shepard. How's it going?
It's going well.
You ready for the panel to decide your fate and to decide your new favorite movie, as they've done with many people on this panel before?
Yeah, it'll be. I'm definitely interested to see which one comes up on top.
Yeah, and you very well might have a new favorite movie of all time. Most likely you will. So we're going to tell you what that is tonight.
We haven't had one yet we haven't had a single panelist yet who brought it in there for 64 and had their exact same number one continue to be number one. So there's a very, very good chance that your number one is not going to make it all the way. But we've had some good movies come out on top, so we'll see what happens.
Yeah, for sure. And if anyone saw the little thumbnail that I did here, that's a little spoof from Steven's Facebook page. He is a huge 24 fan, so I kind of based it around the TV show 24. I know this is a movie-based show, but I figured I'd throw in one of your favorites there.
My brother actually did that.
Oh, nice. Awesome. Nice.
Would the movie be called 90 for 90 minutes? Would it be like a real-time movie?
Yeah, right.
Well, they did a limited series for the show called Live Another Day, which was only 12 episodes, but it still takes place within a 24-hour period, so they still call it 24.
Oh, nice.
I see.
Nice, but we've got a few more guests to introduce. I'm going to bring in one of our returning guests. We have Jacob Barber joining us. How's it going?
It's going. I'm excited to see what Steven's new favorite movie is going to be. Mine was Mary Poppins. Not a bad choice. So I'm excited to see what's on the list.
Nice. Yeah, we will find out. So we'll bring in another returning guest. We have Malcolm Lay joining us. How's it going?
Doing pretty good. But yeah, just can't wait to see what's on this list.
Yeah.
Who is that clean-shaven individual? Malcolm, I know, has a great big bushy beard. Right. What is that?
It's starting to grow back a little bit.
Starting to. He's got a tomorrow shadow. Yeah.
Yeah, right.
He's in the future.
He's in the future over in New Zealand, yep. But then we also have a first-time guest that we're excited to have. We have Justin Oliver, a.k.a. The Juice. How's it going?
What's happening? Great to be here.
Hey.
Yeah.
All right.
Awesome. Yeah, we're excited. So, but yeah, we'll just go ahead and just jump into it. So, I'm Austin. I'll let you break it down for everyone while I bring up the tournament bracket.
Well, the Juice is our only new guest this evening, but I'll still kind of explain everything, how it works for anybody watching at home. Basically, what we've done is Stephen Shepard has shot his 64 movies over to Jordan. Jordan has placed them in a completely randomized March Madness tournament bracket. There's no seeds, there's no nothing. It's completely random, match by match, and we're going to see what happens as they come out on top, who's going to come out as the champion. And what we're going to do is we're going to start at the bottom of the ladder. We'll start with Mr. Juice down there at the bottom of the ladder. You'll get to vote first. And as the matchups come up, in about 20 or 30 seconds, please, with just rapid fire style, we just need a vote. We need a vote and a quick reason why. It's almost like a gut reaction thing. No essays, no storytelling, just a nice quick reaction, one or the other. And you can vote for any reason you could possibly think to vote for. If you hate one over the other, you can vote for that one. If you haven't seen any of them, you just vote for the poster, an actor, or whatever you want to vote for. Doesn't matter. Vote for any reason here on Tournament Fights. And we're going to make our way through this bracket and see what happens. But the votes will rotate every time. So we'll start with Oliver down there at the bottom, and we'll go to Malcolm, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. And we do have tiebreaker procedures. If we get to a tiebreaker, I will explain how that goes. Fair enough?
Sounds good.
All right.
And also, all of us are going to be what dictates how long the episode goes. So the longer you want to talk, the longer the episode is going to go. If you keep it short, the episode will fly by fairly quickly. So
we've had these tournament fights, especially these movies, that go a nice tight 2 hours, and we get to a champion. And we've had some that have unfortunately gone about 3.5 hours. So it all depends on you. It all depends on the panelists. So. But
we keep it casual though.
And we can do it. So, yeah. So if you need to go, you got to go.
Yeah, right. So if you gotta use the bathroom, go refresh your drink, whatever you need to do, just go for it. Like it's all good here. So so I'm gonna bring this up. I got it kind of hidden over here. I'm gonna bring up the first matchup so you can see what we're voting for. So here we have The Secret Life of Walter Mitty going up against Schindler's List.
Two happy-go-lucky movies.
Yeah, right.
Grab your popcorn.
Yeah, right.
And as I explained how this works is we start at the bottom and work our way up. So, Juice, you've got the first vote on this one, Schindler's List and Secret Life of Walter Mitty. What's your poison, sir?
Oh, man, this is tough. No, I'm gonna go with Schindler's List.
All right.
Well, Malcolm, what you got?
So, I mean, I do like both these movies, but I'm probably going to go Schindler's List. I think that's a slightly better movie.
Yeah, for sure. Jacob, what do you got?
I don't think it's a slightly better movie. I think it's a way better movie. Secret Life of Walter Mitty. It actually took a second time watching it for me to actually like it. Schindler's List. It's fantastic performance. Everything about it is good. I'm gonna go Schindler's List.
Yeah. Steven, what do you got here?
Well, here's the thing. Schindler's List is obviously a masterpiece. It's a great movie. But The Secret Life of Walter Mitty is just a real personal favorite of mine. It feels like a movie that was just made for me, you know, about a guy who is a, daydreamer who's finally, going out on his own adventure. And it's just a movie that I adore so much. I know obviously it's been beaten, but I probably would go with, just on a personal level, The Secret Life of Walter Mitty.
Well, hasn't been beaten yet. We'll see what what the rest of us have to say. Austin, what do you think?
And we do give a little leeway to the guest of honor to explain why they love these movies, obviously. So we give them a little bit of time. If you want a little bit more time to explain, that's fine. We do want to preface that. But for the rest of us, I'll go Schindler's List, although Mitty's one of those movies that's grown on me and I've gone back to a lot over the years. Like it kind of grows on you, like everybody's talking about. But I'll still go Schindler's List.
And for me, I can kind of recognize Schindler's List is the better movie, but like Walter Mitty, I got to give some love to Walter Mitty just because I'm a huge person that just loves to just travel. I almost imagine myself doing some of the things he actually does in the movie, just kind of doing it, this whole bucket list and just going to travel the world and do all these crazy things and kind of stepping out of his comfort zone. So I kind of see myself in his shoes. I'm also a pretty big Ben Stiller fan, so I'm actually going to vote for Walter Mitty.
Well, a little love for Mitty, but he's not going to daydream his way into the
that.
second round. Schindler's is going to win this one.
Yeah.
All right.
And coming up next, we have the Truman Show.
The Truman Show.
This is
The Godfather. Wow.
Yeah. So.
Man. All right, Mr. Malcolm, you're up first.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is tough because I really love both of these movies. But I mean, I'm going to go Truman Show. I mean, I think Godfather Part 2 is better, but Truman Show I just really love.
Yeah. Jacob, you got?
Yeah, The Godfather is a great movie. Like, it's definitely the better made movie. But what movie would I rather watch at this moment? I'd probably rather watch The Truman Show. So I'll go The Truman Show.
All right. Well, Steven, what do you got?
You know, The Godfather is a little bit higher on my list than The Truman Show, but I would love to see The Truman Show go beyond. So I'm gonna go with The Truman Show.
All right. Well, sounds good then. Austin,
And you know what? The Truman Show is going to move on to the next round because I'm going to vote for The Truman Show, even though The Godfather was on my 64, but I'm kind of on a Truman Show high right now, as Jacob knows from our Battleground match. So I'm down with the reason I watched it. And again, kind of like what Jacob said, you put them both in front of me, which one am I going to just pick up and watch really quick? It's going to be Truman. So I'll go Truman.
Yeah. I think I'm going to jump on the Truman Show train because I'm actually a pretty big fan of that movie, and I recognize The Godfather is great, but at the same time it's a little slow for me. So I just find the Truman Show a little more entertaining overall. So I'm gonna go Truman Show.
Juice is it going to be a clean sweep for Truman?
Never.
Yeah.
Well, I never thought I'd be the dark horse person leading Godfather over a different movie. And no, I love the Truman Show, but I like the Godfather one more than I like the Godfather 2. So, I mean, of course if it's late at night, you got 2 hours. What are you going to pop in? Obviously, you're going to pop in the Truman Show, but I
The
still
Godfather
love
is 3 hours. So.
exactly, and that's how a lot of people think. Like, I only have a little bit of time. I'm gonna pick the movie that's half the length of the other movie. But I love Godfather, so I'll go Godfather, even though.
Yeah, but even the Truman Show is moving on.
Well, I think Godfather got knocked out of mine in the first round as well by something else. So Godfather is not having too much luck here in tournament fights lately. No. And this panel definitely has a case of the Truman delusion, as Truman Show is going to move on.
I hated having to argue against it too.
Oh yeah, no, that movie's great.
I feel like if we were doing our sister show tier ranker fights, I mean, Godfather would be an easy S tier, but like here though, it's like. And this is where the chaos happens over in.
There's no tiers. Fights, anything can happen here on tournament fights.
Yep.
Let's go, Truman.
Yeah, so we'll move on to the next. We have Terminator 2, Judgment Day.
A favorite among tournament fights, Terminator 2.
Going against Rachel getting married. This is a funny matchup.
Two completely similar movies. What are you talking about? Exactly the same.
Completely similar. Yeah.
All right, Mr. Barber, you're up first.
I've seen Rachel getting married one time. And I remember nothing about it. I do remember that I didn't hate it, but Terminator 2, it's a classic. I'm going to go T2.
Yep. Steven?
As much as I love Terminator 2, I think Rachel Getting Married is one of the most heartbreaking movies of all time. And I think Anne Hathaway is amazing in it. And I love Rosemary DeWitt as the title character. And I thought Anne Hathaway was robbed. I think she should have won the Oscar for that over Les Mis. I'm going with Rachel Getting Married.
All right. Austin, what do you got here?
You know, it might be one of those nights where I'm feeling like an anarchist mood. So, you know what? I'm kind of tired of seeing T2 in the list, so I'm going Rachel Getting Married.
Yeah.
No offense to you, Steven. I'm just saying I've seen it pop up a lot on this show. So I'm going Rachel Getting Married. I'm going to throw a wrench in the mix. Let's do it.
Yeah. Well, unfortunately, I have never seen Rachel getting married, so it makes it kind of hard for me to vote for it. So, but I've seen Terminator 2 like at least a dozen times, and it's awesome. It's a classic. So I got to go T2. Justin?
Yeah, I have seen Rachel getting married, and the main thing I remember while it's good is a very awkward rehearsal dinner scene or something. I just remember some very cringe, not bad cringe, but oof. Don't want to be in her shoes type of thing. But I gotta go T2. I used to have that very poster up against my wall over there, so
okay.
I love T2.
Well, Malcolm, I know T2 was on your overrated list, so we'll see what you got here.
Yeah, what are you gonna do here?
I mean, even though I do think it's overrated, I still appreciate it's a good movie. I've just never seen Rachel getting married, so gradually I'm going to vote for T2.
Yeah.
All right.
Well, that makes sense.
All
Well,
right. No ties yet, so T2. The always a heavy favorite here on Tournament Fights. We'll see how far it makes it this time.
I'm glad I wasn't the first one to say I haven't seen this.
Right.
and I'm keeping track for real. I'm going to keep track on how many movies these guys haven't seen.
Yeah.
So far, we're tied with Malcolm and Jordan at one apiece.
All right. That sounds good. Well, coming up next, we have Pirates of the Caribbean at World's End is what that one is.
Okay.
And up against Forrest Gump.
Forrest Gump. Yeah. All right, Steven. Just
Steven, you're up
first. Mm-hmm.
I'll go with Forrest Gump, but I do think that the Pirates of the Caribbean at World's End is one of the most underrated movies of all time. But I'll go with Forrest Gump.
Yeah. Austin, what do you got?
I distinctly remember falling asleep during At World's End several times, it being like 3 hours long and just too much yapping and talking. So I'll go Forrest Gump. Not enough pirating.
Right. Well, I'm a big fan of At World's End, but I'm an even bigger fan of Forrest Gump. Forrest Gump's one of my favorite movies of all time, and one of those movies that it just barely missed my top 64. I want to say that it was maybe at number 70 or something like that. So it just missed out on. So I got to go Forrest Gump.
Mm-hmm.
Is At World's End the third one?
The third one with the whirlpool at the end, and Keith Richards showing up, and Chow Yun-Fat, or not? Was it Chow Yun-Fat or was somebody else? Yeah. Okay.
Been forever since I've seen that. Okay. Yeah, I gotta go Forrest Gump. Forrest Gump's one of those movies where because it's so long and it was always playing on TV. As a kid, you get you watch 30-minute chunks of it, and over time you've seen the whole thing. But I finally a few years ago sat down and watched the entire thing in its entirety, and it is just so good. So I go Forrest Gump.
Yeah. Forrest Gump and Jurassic Park and Jaws were always on TNT on Saturday afternoon. So
Yep. There's another movie on my list that's always being shown on TNT.
Oh, yeah.
It seems.
Yeah. Well, Malcolm, what do you got?
I like the first three Pirates of the Caribbean movies. 4 and 5, whatever. But Forrest Gump is easily the better movie over At World's End.
Yep.
All right, Jacob.
Yeah, I think At World's End is fine, but I think Forrest Gump is great, so I'm going to go with Forrest Gump.
Yep.
All right. Forrest Gump's going to run his way into the second round.
It's a clean sweep. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Run, Forrest, run. Yep. All right, so up next we have Raiders of the Lost Ark going up against Identity.
Oh, interesting for 64.
Yeah.
Okay.
So Austin, you're
first. I appreciate the love for Identity. I think it's a really underrated horror movie, but Indiana Jones is Indiana Jones, man. So I'll vote Raiders, but I appreciate Identity.
Yeah. Well, Identity's one of those ones that I nearly fell asleep in. Like it just bored me to tears. I did not really care for that movie at all. But Raiders of the Lost Ark is a classic. It's my favorite Indiana Jones movie of the three. So, and yes, there's only 3 Indiana Jones movies. So I'm going to go with Raiders of the Lost Ark. So, Justin, what do you got?
Identity's the first of these I've not seen.
Wow.
So, yeah, I think I have to go. I love Raiders of the Lost Ark, so yeah, I gotta go.
Yep.
Gotta go Raiders.
All right. Well, sounds good. Malcolm?
Yeah, Raiders of the Lost Ark is my second favorite of the 4 Indiana Jones movies. But I'm actually going to give some love to Identity. It's a great movie.
Okay.
All right. Well, Jacob?
Yeah, Identity I haven't seen. It's one that I want to get around to just because I've heard good things about it, but Raiders I have seen multiple times. It's fantastic. It's such a great movie. I'm going to go with Raiders.
All right, Stephen.
So Raiders does deserve to be the one to go through, but I'm going to vote for Identity to give it some love. It's got one of the best twists of all time. And so it starts off as a well-made but fairly straightforward slasher flick, turns into a really cool, interesting psychological thriller. And the last 20 minutes of this movie are awesome. So I'm gonna give a vote to Identity.
Well, it's going up against love for Identity, but yeah, it's going up against a juggernaut with Raiders. But and Jacob, when you see it, you're either gonna love it or you're gonna hate it. There's not much in between with Identity.
Yeah,
you either really love
it
or you really hate it.
Yep.
It's gonna be one or the other. All right, moving on. The list.
Moving on. We have The Last Samurai.
Okay.
Going up against
Dream Warriors. Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, we're gonna start with you, Austin.
No, you're up first, Jordan. I just went.
Okay. Yeah. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Well, for me, like I have a lot of love for Nightmare 3. I think it's one of the better entries in the series, but The Last Samurai just gets me every time. Like I'm a pretty big Tom Cruise fan, so and like even though it's kind of whitewashed a little bit, like having Tom Cruise in there, I mean, I think it kind of works though. This is one of the ones that it does actually work because he's kind of like a fish out of water type of thing. So I'm gonna go with Last Samurai. But Justin, what do you got?
Yeah, I have not seen a Nightmare 3, so yeah, I guess I've missed a lot of horror movies, but yeah, I do dig The Last Samurai. Yeah, I pretty much exactly what you just said, Jordan. Same, I share the same thoughts as you. So
yeah.
The Last Samurai.
Malcolm.
All right, Malcolm, what do you got?
Yeah, it's been a while since I've seen A Nightmare on Elm Street 3. I vaguely remember liking it, but I'm going to go to Last Samurai. Last Samurai is great, and it's one of those ones like I don't know if you'd say that it's right watching putting Tom Cruise in there because I think the way the story is, he's not supposed to be a Japanese person per se. Right. But that being said, I'm going to go for The Last Samurai. It was filmed in New Zealand, so it deserves to move on.
Yeah. Jacob, what do you got?
Well, this is a strange matchup indeed. I like The Last Samurai, I'm sure. It's been a while since I've seen it. I'm going to show some love to A Nightmare on Elm Street 3. I think it's one of the better entries in the franchise, and it's actually... I'm not a horror guy, but it's one that I really enjoy, so I'm going to go with Nightmare.
Yeah. Stephen, what do you got?
So The Last Samurai is a beautiful movie. It's, and I think Tom Cruise is great in the movie, and Ken Watanabe is great in the movie. But I've seen A Nightmare on Elm Street 3 Dream Warriors a million times. I watch it every October as part of a marathon of all the Nightmare on Elm Street movies. It's my favorite of the franchise, even more so than the original. I'm going to go with Dream Warriors.
All right. Well, Austin, what do you got?
Sing it with me, Stephen. We're the Dream Warriors. Don't want to dream no more. Oh, yeah, dude. I'm going with Dream Warriors. I like that Stephen's got some horror on this list. Dream Warriors I fought hard for on our 80s horror show to be in the S tier, even though it didn't make it. I'm going Dream Warriors. Hell yeah. All right, but
Well, with
with
that,
my vote, we have a
our first
tie.
tie.
We have our first tie. So how this
Yeah.
works is, Justin, sir, at the bottom, you have the tiebreaker vote. We rotate it just like we do the order of the thing. So you get the very first, or really the only tiebreaker vote, and then we'll move on to Malcolm the next time. But how it works is you can stick with your original pick as a tiebreaker, or you can flip it at the last second. I don't imagine you're going to, but you do have that power, sir. So what are you going to put through?
You know what?
Yeah.
Last Samurai is good, but it's nothing crazy. It seems like there's a lot of love for A Nightmare on Elm Street 3. It seems a little wacky, a little zany, a little crazy. I want to check it out. I'm gonna switch it up. I'm gonna go Nightmare on Elm Street 3 Dream Warriors.
Oh, he's gonna
All
flip
right,
it.
wow.
He flips it to Dream
Nice.
Warriors, and Dream Warriors moves through. Excellent. I like
Sounds
it.
good. Yeah.
Throwing a little chaos in the mix. I like it. All right. And how this basically works is, Malcolm, next time we do have a tie, Malcolm will be the tie-breaking vote. All right.
Yep.
Excellent. All right. Well, moving on.
In that vote, upset somebody's dog. I'm not sure whose dog it is.
Yeah, somebody wasn't happy
Upset
about
someone.
Freddie moving
Yeah.
on.
Right. But the next up, we got RoboCop going up against the Untouchables.
The Untouchables. Okay. Excellent.
Battle of the
All
80s.
right,
Both of
Justin.
these came out in 1987.
87. Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Yeah, 87 class.
All right.
So yeah,
Justin, you got the first vote on this one.
Shoot,
There you go.
This is the first one where I really have to think. Man, I got it. I'm leaning RoboCop because I watched it. I watched both these movies probably within like the last year or two, but RoboCop just hits all of that just 80s action thriller that you want, where there's many movies like Untouchables, you know, stuff like The Godfather, other things like that, where you can get that feel, but you can't get that RoboCop feel in many other movies. So if I had to pick one, I think I go RoboCop.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Well,
All right, Mr. Malcolm.
Malcolm. Yeah. What do you got?
Yeah. I mean,
Here you go.
I mean,
Right.
Doesn't happen often.
Yeah.
I mean, I think Robocop is fine. I saw that for the first time last year.
Yeah.
But I have to go to the Untouchables. The Untouchables is a classic and is awesome.
All right. Jacob, what do you got?
Yeah, I have not seen the Untouchables.
Okay.
So I'm gonna go RoboCop because I have seen it and I think it's fantastic.
Yep.
All right, Steven.
Steven, what do you got?
The Untouchables. It's funny. The Untouchables is my favorite movie from that year, and The Untouchables is just. I mean, they're both great, but I love The Untouchables more, so I'm going with The Untouchables.
All right. Austin, what do you got?
Yeah, I've tried to watch The Untouchables a couple times. I've tried to figure out what everybody really, really loves about it. I don't think it's a classic like as much as some of the other kind of mafia gangster movies. But RoboCop is in my top 64. Yeah, I love it, so I got to go RoboCop on this one.
Yeah. And for me, I've actually never seen The Untouchables either. That's one of my blind spots, so I got to get on that one to see The Untouchables. So I got to go with RoboCop. RoboCop's awesome. Like it's just like just like pretty much everything all you guys said. Just like classic 80s action that like has kind of a different feel and a vibe that you don't see as often. So just kind of like the guy kind of rebuilt into this robot and it has a great cast too. So yeah, I got to go.
So the one thing I'll say that I love most of all about RoboCop is like 4 of those actors would go on to appear on 24.
Oh, nice.
RoboCop himself.
Yeah, nice.
So we
Sweet.
narrowly avoid another tie.
Yeah, right.
Mm-hmm. We've had a lot of 4-2 so
yeah.
far. Yeah, a lot of close
It was
votes.
close. Yeah.
Mhm.
So moving on, we have the movie
Glory?
Glory going up against Star Trek II: The Wrath of Khan.
The Wrath of Khan. Ooh, interesting.
Ooh.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
All
So
right. And Malcolm's up first on this one.
Malcolm.
Yeah. So when it comes to early Star Trek, the only one I've seen is Star Trek: The Motion Picture. I haven't got around to seeing the Wrath of Khan yet. I've seen a lot of the later Star Trek ones, but so a lot of that middle ones I haven't seen. But so I've got to go Glory.
All right. Well,
All right, Jacob.
got one vote for Glory. Yeah, Jacob.
Oh, man, this one's tough. I really enjoyed both of these movies. Which one would I rather watch right now if both of them were in front of me? I would think I'd rather watch Star Trek 2. So I'll go Star Trek 2.
All right, Steven. Which one you got?
Glory is probably my second, well, maybe second or third favorite war movie. And I love James Horner's score for the movie. It's one of my favorite scores of all time. But I got to go with Star Trek 2, The Wrath of Khan.
Also James Horner, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah. Right.
If studying with Jacob wouldn't have been served me enough.
Yep. yeah. But Austin, which one you got here?
Too.
Yeah, I like Glory. I've only seen it like twice, I think. So it's not one I go back to and watch a lot. But I'm a Trekkie at heart, so like anything Star Trek, I'll go with Wrath of Khan, definitely.
Well, it's not the only Star Trek movie on my list.
Ooh, spoiler alert!
Spoilers.
Yeah, spoiler alert. Yeah. You guys will find out which one, but yeah. So I've only seen Glory one time. I was a little late to the party for that one, but and also Star Trek too. So I've been doing a lot of studying. We got another episode of our sister show Two Anchor Fights coming up Friday. So I've been studying for that. But since I got a little preview, I wanted to pick at least one movie to watch because I'd never seen Star Trek 2, and I watched it this week for the very first time, and it was awesome. Like it's definitely out of the Star Trek movies with the original series cast that I've seen so far, might be my favorite one. I haven't seen all of them. I've only seen The Voyage Home and then I saw Wrath of Khan, and then I think The Search for Spock too. I've seen that one, but yeah. So I'm gonna go with Wrath of Khan.
So wait, you saw The Search for Spock before you saw The Wrath of Khan?
Yeah. So like I was a little lost.
This one's way out of order.
A lot of gaps. I was just like oh, it actually makes sense now. Okay. Yeah. But Justin, what do you got?
Yeah. I don't have much memory for Glory, but I grew up loving all the Star Trek films and the shows and everything, and yeah, Wrath of Khan is definitely my favorite of the originals. So yeah, it's just so good. And I got when I was helping Jacob study for Inner Geekdom, that was the first thing we worked on, and so like I watched like a ton of videos on behind the scenes of all the Star Trek films. It was so much fun. So I haven't sat down and rewatched them all yet, but I can't wait to do that. So yeah, so much good stuff in those original movies.
Yeah, for sure. So
all right, Jordan, with 5-1, it's going to be Khan.
Khan, yep. Khan Noonien Singh. Moving on.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So coming next, we got with The Life of Pi. Going up against Avengers Endgame.
Avengers Endgame. Okay.
Kind of an interesting matchup.
Well, I mean, both directors have done comic book movies, so you know.
Yeah. Very, very true.
People forget about Ang Lee's Hulk.
Yeah, right.
Jacob.
Yeah.
Jacob.
Yeah. I'm first.
Yeah.
Okay. Life of Pi is one that's on my watch list. I've been meaning to get around to it. Endgame is the only movie that I saw in theaters twice opening day. I think it's fantastic. I still think it's one of the best comic book movies. I love it. I'm pretty sure it was on my list, so I'm gonna go with Endgame.
That's a long day. That's like 6 hours of movie watching right there.
Yeah, well.
But it's
It was
worth
a morning
though,
and it was a morning and an evening show, and I had the day off.
Nice.
That's better than
Steven?
nothing.
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
What do you got, Steven?
Steven?
Well, Life of Pi, I thought was an amazing movie, and I really love it. I love how it's ultimately about storytelling in a lot of ways. But Avengers Endgame was obviously the culmination of 20 plus movies, and it's absolutely it's absolutely in my top 15. I love it. I'm going with Avengers Endgame.
All right. Well, Austin, what do you got?
Even though I think Endgame is slightly overrated, I'll still vote for it just because I'd watch it before I'd watch Life of Pi again. Life of Pi was fine, but nah. Like I said, Ang Lee's not really like one of my favorite directors, so I'll go Endgame.
Yeah. Well, I think both of these movies are like definitely like so much better if you can see them on the big screen. I think they both have a lot of cool visuals and stuff, and part of me almost wants to vote for Richard Parker and The Life of Pi. Like I almost want to vote for that, but Avengers Endgame is just awesome. Like it's got to be one of my favorite comic book movies. So I gotta go with Endgame. So. Justin?
Yeah, pretty much same. I like Infinity War more than I like Endgame, but yeah, you just can't go wrong with Endgame.
My man.
Some good stuff. So, not much else to say.
Well, Malcolm, what do you got then?
Well, I mean, spoilers for when you eventually get to mine, but one of these is in it, and it's Endgame.
All right. Sounds good. All right. Well, then with that,
our second clean sweep of the evening. Yeah, I believe we had one for Forrest Gump, I think so.
Yeah.
Or Raiders. It was either Forrest Gump or Raiders. Can't remember.
Yeah.
Moving on.
But moving on, we have Lost in Translation going up against The Dark Knight Rises.
Dark Knight Rises. Okay, not The Dark Knight. The Dark Knight Rises.
Yeah.
And I saw a huge facepalm from Steven, so he's not too excited to be the first vote on this one. Does he need more time?
Oh,
I choose between
this is so tough.
Yep.
These are both in my top 15. I love both of them. Lost in Translation is one of the few movies that I've seen that I was actually kind of sad to see it ended because I loved just being with the characters so much, and both Bill Murray and Scarlett Johansson are amazing in that movie. I haven't seen Lost in Translation in a while. I've seen The Dark Knight Rises a million times. It's my favorite comic book movie of all time. Just by a hair, I'm going to go with The Dark Knight Rises.
Yeah. Well, sounds good. Austin, what do you got?
Yeah, as much as I think Bill Murray got snubbed for Lost in Translation, I thought he's great. I actually saw... Don't ask me how. I saw Dark Knight Rises 4 times in 3 days in opening weekend.
Really? Wow.
Yeah, it wasn't really my thing. It was like everybody wanted to go see it and wanted somebody to go with them. But anyways, I love me some Bane, and Bane is like one of my favorite villains ever. So I'll go Dark Knight Rises.
Yeah. Well, I've never seen Lost in Translation, so it makes it a little hard to vote for that one. But I didn't realize. So I thought that it was directed by Francis Ford Coppola, but it's actually Sophia Coppola. Yeah. So that's kind of interesting. So, but The Dark Knight Rises though, like I'm just kind of just like so like for me, like it's a fine movie. I don't think it's bad, but I don't think it's like great either. So but I gotta vote for it because I have not seen Lost in Translation. So my vote goes to Dark Knight Rises. Justin?
I like Dark Knight Rises quite a bit. But and while I've only seen Lost in Translation once, it's weird. It's my kind of movie where it's just Bill Murray and Scarlett Johansson in Japan doing weird things, and I'm all for it. So I can get what I get out of Dark Knight Rises and many other movies, but Lost in Translation is very unique, and so I'm gonna go with it.
All right,
Malcolm.
Yeah, I mean, it's been a while since I've seen Lost in Translation, but I I really love The Dark Knight Rises. Like, I think all the Bale Batman trilogy is great. And Dark Knight Rises is probably third on my all-time favorite Batman movies. So I'm gonna go Dark Knight Rises.
All right,
Jacob.
Well, Jacob.
It's really easy to vote when you've only seen one of the movies.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go with The Dark Knight Rises.
All right. Well, with that, Dark Knight Rises. Moving on.
Unless you don't like the one movie you saw.
That's true. I do like it.
Yep, that is true. Yeah, they can vote for the other one, but moving on, we have What Dreams May Come.
What Dreams May Come. Okay.
Robin Williams going up against the
Fugitive.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Interesting match. I'm up first this time.
Right.
Yeah. I like both of these movies a lot. What Dreams May Come is really good, Robin Williams. But if you put them in front of me, I'm probably going to put on The Fugitive more, just because it's a little more faster paced. It's a little more entertaining. It's not trying to make me cry, and it's got great Tommy Lee Jones. So I'll go with The Fugitive on this one.
Yeah. Well, I like both of these movies, but What Dreams May Come kind of seems like something that you got to watch where you're on some kind of drugs. I don't know what, acid or something like that. Just because like all the visuals and like the journey that he goes on. But it's a pretty cool journey that he goes on. But The Fugitive for me, like it's just like one of the best thrillers. Like it's just like you're on the edge of your seat the entire time. So and so yeah. I got to go with Richard Kimball and The Fugitive. So,
Yeah. I've not seen What Dreams May Come, but I love The Fugitive. So, been many years, but oh man, it is. Yeah, it's so good. So, yeah, go Fugitive.
All right, Malcolm.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. I'm gonna go What Dreams May Come. I really love this movie. I was excited to see it turn up, to be fair, because I know there's a lot of people out there that that don't like it. But I just want to kill Harrison's Ford wife, so What Dreams May Come should move on.
Yeah.
All right, Jacob.
We got
I knew
a funny comment here. I got to throw up. I just got to do it. I'm sorry. It just made me laugh. Yeah, that's going to be the perfect way to see it, right? But anyways, Jacob.
I knew it was only a matter of time before a matchup came with two movies that I haven't seen.
Oh.
Robin Williams is one of my favorite actors, so I will go What Dreams May Come.
Okay.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
Yeah, just prepare yourself for kind of a trippy experience a little bit, but yeah. Steven?
What Dreams May Come is one of the most visually stunning movies I think you'll ever see. It is a visual masterpiece, and it's a great love story too. And but I'm going to have to go with The Fugitive. The Fugitive is one of the most exciting movies I think I've seen. It's a great chase movie, and I think even though Ford gets overshadowed by Tommy Lee Jones, I think they are both fantastic in the movie. And so by a hair, this is another tough one for me. By a hair, I'm going to go with The Fugitive.
Okay, no tie on that one.
No.
Yeah.
Nope. It was close though, yeah. So
a lot of good Harrison Ford angry finger pointing in that movie. You find this man. You find You find this man. I enjoy good Harrison Ford finger pointing.
Well, now I'm gonna have to change my vote.
Yeah. All right. But coming up next, we have No Country for Old Men going up against Heart and Souls. So.
Okay.
Who's first this time? Is it
Gordon is up first.
Well, that's pretty fitting because I haven't seen either one of these movies. So, and like the only reason why I haven't seen No Country for Old Men is because our other co-host Chris, this is like the movie that he hates like over any other movie. I don't know why. I've never seen it, so I can't. I really don't know why. But I mean, like it. At least know a little bit about No Country for Old Men. Anton Chigurh, you know, was a great villain. So, but like Heart and Souls, like I know nothing about it except for the cast that's listed there at the top there. But so I gotta go No Country for Old Men. I think that's where I'm gonna go. So, Justin,
I don't think I've ever even heard of Heart and Souls.
Yeah, wow.
But I have seen and do love No Country for Old Men. Nothing against Heart. One just has flown over my head. I guess.
Well,
yeah.
Well, you learn something new every day.
What's it about?
Yeah.
I'm sure Stephen can tell us about it when we get to it.
When we get to Stephen, yeah.
Yeah. You can tell us what it's all about. But Malcolm, what do you got?
Yeah, I think if I remember rightly, Heart and Souls is early Robert Downey Jr. and I kind of figured this one might have popped up on his list at some point because when I did the Robert Downey Jr. rank, I remember him saying something about Heart and Souls in the comments of that poll. So I kind of think this was going to turn up eventually. But unfortunately, I can't vote for it. I've not seen it. I'm going to go No Country for Old Men.
All right. Well, Jacob, what do you got?
Yeah, I've never even heard of Heart and Souls either. I was looking up the cast, and it's got the kid from the Santa Claus in it. And
nice.
No, not nice. I don't like that kid. So.
Okay. Not nice.
I have seen No Country for Old Men. I think it's fantastic. I think it's got one of the greatest villains of all time. I will go for No Country for Old Men.
Yeah. Well, Stephen, what do you got? And also, what's Heart and Souls about?
Well, as a kid, what these 4 people played by Charles Grodin, Keira Sedgwick, Alfred Woodard, and Tom Sizemore die in a bus accident, and only this little kid can see them. But because he's constantly interacting with them, it's causing problems for him in his personally. So they disappear on him, and years later they return so that he can see them. As an adult, the kid's played by Robert Downey Jr., and he has to help them do some stuff that so they can move on. So they can move on and go to.
So it sounds like The Sixth Sense meets Ghost Town with Ricky Gervais.
Yeah, right.
Well, I haven't seen Ghost Town, so I don't know.
Yeah.
I guess you could. There's some comparison. I mean, the Sixth Sense is a horror movie. This is a comedy drama. So. Oh
no! I mean, Ghost Town with Ricky Gervais is like he's a dentist who can see like ghost people and has to help them out too, like all over the place. So it's kind of similar. Yeah.
I love No Country for Old Men, but Heart and Souls is another personal favorite. It's one of the few movies out that can make me cry, and all of those guys: Keira Sedgwick, Charles Grodin, Alfred Woodard, Tom Sizemore, Robert Downey Jr., who also has some great moments of physical comedy in the movie, as sometimes they'll take over his body and have to do stuff. They're all great. I love this movie. Obviously, since some people haven't even heard of this movie, let alone seen it, it's not making through. But I'm gonna give it the lone vote for Heart and Souls.
Well, I have heard of it. I haven't seen it, but I'm like one of the ones that have actually heard of it. But yeah. But I gotta throw this comment from Austin up there. It just made me laugh. That freaking Santa Claus kid. Come on. Right? But
that kid.
But Austin Howell, what do you got?
Yeah, no, I have heard of Heart and Souls. I haven't actually seen it, but you've definitely sold me on checking it out, Stephen. So I will try to check it out next time I get a chance. But yeah, I'll have to vote for No Country for Old Men. It's a Coen Brothers movies I actually like. I don't like a whole lot of their movies, but I do like that one.
Yeah. Well, then
it's always good to hear about movies that a lot of people haven't seen to check out. You definitely sold me on it, Steven. So I'll definitely check it out.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely. So coming next, we got Goodwill Hunting going up against The Road to Perdition.
Okay.
So
good movies.
Justin. Yeah.
Oh boy.
Mm-hmm.
I always start it on the ones I have to think.
Right.
I think I gotta go Goodwill Hunting. I do love both of them, but yeah, just everything with Goodwill Hunting with Matt Damon and Ben Affleck, writing the script and all that stuff, the whole story behind that, and Robin Williams' performance, and it is cool seeing Tom Hanks be a bad guy for once, but Goodwill Hunting's so different and unique from other movies like that, so I'm gonna go Goodwill Hunting.
All right, Malcolm.
Road to Perdition is one of those movies I keep going to watch, but then I keep getting distracted and seeing something else I want to watch instead. So I just haven't quite seen it yet. Eventually, I'll get around to watching it, so I've got to go Goodwill Hunting.
All right. Well, Jacob.
I have also not seen Road to Perdition. It's on the list to watch, though. Goodwill Hunting features probably my favorite Robin Williams performance. I think he's fantastic in that movie. So I will go for Goodwill Hunting.
Yeah, for sure. Steven.
So American Beauty used to be my favorite Sam Mendes movie. It's not that I don't love it as much. It's just that it stayed the same, whereas my love for Road to Perdition went up. And I believe Road to Perdition was the last live-action, theatrically released movie Paul Newman did before he died. Because he was also in Cars, and he was also in Empire Falls, but Cars is animated, and Empire Falls was an HBO thing.
Okay.
But yeah, Goodwill Hunting, I gotta go with that one. It's just great characters, great moments. Road to Perdition does have, is probably the better technical movie in terms of cinematography and production design. But Goodwill probably the one I love more. So yeah, Goodwill Hunting.
Yeah, for sure. Austin?
I want to love Road to Perdition more than I do. I've watched it 3 or 4 times, and it's not really going up. And each time I see it, it's good, but it's not great. And just in my book, but Goodwill Hunting is really good, and it gets better every time I see it. Every time I go back to it, so I'll go with Goodwill Hunting.
Well, a confession: I have not seen either of these movies, so I need to get on that. But I have seen that famous scene that's depicted right there on the poster from Goodwill Hunting because everybody talks about it. So I've gone on the YouTube to watch it. Like it's one of the greatest like speeches or whatever you want to call it, like conversations kind of thing. But on any movie I've almost ever seen, but I haven't seen the rest of it. But because I have seen it, I've seen nothing from Road to Perdition. I'm going to go Goodwill Hunting. So
all right, it's a sweep for Goodwill Hunting. How do you like them apples?
Clean sweep, yeah. All right. Yeah, so moving on, we have Saving Private Ryan going up against Sicario.
Okay.
Yeah.
And Malcolm's up first on this one.
Yeah, I mean, I haven't seen Sicario. I've seen Saving Private Ryan. I'm not a big fan of Saving Private Ryan, so I do not want to see it move on. So I'm going to go to Sicario.
All right. Well, Jacob.
I started to watch Sicario, and then I don't know what happened, but I couldn't finish it, and then I just haven't gone back to it, even though I want to. What I watched, I really enjoyed, but Saving Private Ryan is it's one of the greatest war movies of all time, in my opinion. I'm gonna go Saving Private Ryan.
Yeah. Steven.
So Sicario is a great movie, and it's a really dark movie too. I mean,
Yeah.
especially like the last 20 to 30 minutes of that movie, it gets really dark. With really great performances from Emily Blunt and Benicio del Toro and Josh Brolin. And one of the reasons why I didn't care as much for the sequel is that both Brolin and del Toro, their characters just don't seem to remotely resemble the characters that they play in this movie. But Saving Private Ryan is a masterpiece to me. It's the best pure war movie of all time. There's one movie that I consider to be a war movie. Some people might not, that I love a little bit more, but that'll come up later. But yeah, I'm going with Saving Private Ryan.
Yeah. All right. Well, Austin?
Yeah, Sicario like narrowly missed my 64. Like I love Sicario, and it has one of the best senses of dread in any movie out there. Like that whole sequence where they're taking the convoy into Juarez is like one of my favorite sequences ever in a movie. It's awesome.
Yeah.
Again, you put these two in front of me, I'm probably going to watch Sicario before Saving Private Ryan, so I'll vote Sicario.
Oh wow! All right. Well, they're both movies. Well, actually, no. I was gonna say both movies I've seen once, but actually, I think I've seen Saving Private Ryan twice because it's one of those that like always shows up on TV all the time. So, but yeah, I think I got to give the edge just slightly to Saving Private Ryan, but man, Sicario has some amazing cinematography in it though. Like it's just really like beautiful to look at. But like Saving Private Ryan, it's just like before a war movie, it's almost a near masterpiece in my mind as far as a war movie goes. So yeah, I got to go with Saving Private Ryan. Justin?
Yeah. I've been going back and forth between the two. What's the current?
It's 3-2 for Ryan right now. Just
for
narrowly.
Ryan. Okay.
Yeah.
My first instinct was to go Saving Private Ryan. Because I love Sicario, but not as much. Well, I love it a lot. Maybe not as much as a lot of others do, but I do absolutely adore Saving Private Ryan and just love what it brought to the table of what a war film can do, and yeah, it's so groundbreaking. But so yeah, I'll go Ryan.
All right, we'll just missed the tie on that one, so we go Saving Private Ryan 4-2.
Just missed it. All right, 42.
I was hoping for a tie.
Yeah, right. Yeah,
Sicario on this one.
Yeah, but moving on,
more Tom Hanks.
Castaway. Yeah,
more Tom Hanks. A lot of Tom Hanks on this list. There's
got the Shawshank.
Ooh. Wow. All right, two heavy hitters. All right, so Jacob, you were up first on this one.
Oh man,
sounds tough.
This one is so tough. Man, I love both these movies. My first thought was Shawshank, so I'll go Shawshank.
All right.
Well,
Steven. Austin. No, Steven.
Sorry.
So I love Castaway so much, and I think it's one of Tom Hanks' best performances. But the Shawshank Redemption's in my top 5. I love it, so I'm going with Shawshank.
All right. Well, Austin.
Yeah, Shawshank, the other TNT Sunday afternoon classic. It's too damn good. Shawshank's really great. I'll go Shawshank. I know Jordan hasn't seen Shawshank, so it'll be interesting when he votes for it.
Yeah, right. Yeah, because the Shawshank's been one of those movies that's like high on my list, but like doing the show, we're like prepping for so many other categories and topics, it just never seems to really come up. But like I need to just like set aside some time and sit down and watch it. But
we'll do a blind spots on Shawshank sooner rather than later, probably. So just to get it out of the way. Yeah,
we definitely need to, but because of that, I got to go with Wilson and Castaway. So I'm gonna go Castaway.
Right. Yeah,
Justin?
Yeah, I'm gonna go Castaway too. Shawshank's, it's fantastic, but it's everyone's top. It's the top of every list. Let's get some underdogs going. Like, yeah.
Yeah, right.
We only need a good FedEx volleyball movie.
You can do that in tournament fights. That's acceptable. All right, Malcolm.
Yeah, Malcolm.
Yeah, I mean, I think both of these movies are just fine. It's been a while since I've seen Shawshank. I've been meaning to go back and give it a rewatch. But that being said, I like Shawshank slightly more than I like Castaway. So.
All right. Well, we just split the tie again, so Shawshank 4-2.
Shawshank's moving on.
I thought Malcolm was going to go with Castaway on that one. I was kind of feeling
it.
Yeah. All right.
But coming up next, we have Casablanca. This is our third co-host Chris's favorite movie of all time. So,
and it made it pretty far in his list. I think it made to the final four. So it did well.
Yeah. Going up against Contact.
Versus Contact. Okay.
Yeah.
Interesting movie. So, all right. Stephen, the guest of honor, you're up first on this one. Casablanca and Contact.
Casablanca is a great movie and one of those classics that actually still hold up. Contact, Shawshank was number three on my list. Contact is number 2. It's a movie that I just absolutely love. It's my favorite movie from my favorite genre, science fiction. So I gotta go. And Jodie Foster, I think, gives, like, when someone asks me, I don't like this question, but when somebody asks me what's the best performance of all time, I think I usually go with Jodie Foster in this movie because I just think it's the most incredibly moving performance that I've ever seen in a movie. So I'm going with Contact.
Yeah. Sounds good. Austin?
Yeah, I like Casablanca, but it's not like one of my favorite movies. Sorry, Chris. But like Contact, it's been a while since I revisited it, but I love Contact, and this list is going to remind me to go back and watch it again. So I'm going to vote Contact.
Yeah, and for me, I've actually never seen Contact, so it's another blind spot. But Casablanca, when I saw it, so like Chris is one of my best friends, so we had a night where he sat me down. He wanted to show me Casablanca, and honestly, after I saw it, I was kind of like that was kind of boring. Like I didn't really care for that much. I didn't really love it, but it was nice and kind of like just like, oh yeah, that was good, sure, yeah, kind of like whatever. But despite that, like even though I haven't seen Contact, just because I'm not really a big Casablanca fan, I'm actually gonna vote for Contact because it looks like a movie that I would actually want to watch. So yeah, I'm gonna go with Contact. I'm sorry.
All right. Juice.
Justin.
Nice. Similar boat. Contact's been a big one I've been wanting to see for a while as a big Jodie Foster and a big Matthew McConaughey fan. But yes, have not got to it yet. But I do dig Casablanca quite a bit, so I won't go the other way. I'll stick with Casablanca. But yeah.
Okay.
Well, sounds good. Malcolm.
I've also never seen Contact, so I'm going to go Casablanca.
All right. Jacob.
That's 3 in a row. I've also not seen Contact.
All right.
Yeah, so I have to go Casablanca. Well, I don't have to, but I'm going to because I really enjoy it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, he's going to go Casablanca, and with that, we have a tie. So we go to Malcolm. We go to Malcolm for the tiebreaker. What do you want to put through?
So Chris Venmo'd me $50 to put Casablanca through, so that's what I'm doing.
All right. Malcolm does accept bribes. Yes. All right. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, Chris will be happy Casablanca's going through the next round. I have a feeling it's not going to make it terribly far, though, but we'll see. Unfortunately.
That's into that side, so we're moving on over to the other side of the bracket.
On this side of the bracket?
Yeah. Just hang
32
on a minute here. Just do that. There we go.
Yeah, got some interesting ones that went through. We had Godfather missing the first round, not making it through. Again, can't get any luck in tournament fights. We had a nice little upset with Dream Warriors making it to the second round. Some interesting stuff so far. Casablanca just squeaking through.
Sorry if you see some spoilers. It's not wanting to scroll over, so I got to zoom it out for a second.
Mhm.
I don't know why.
Cover your eyes.
Oh, look, yeah.
There you go.
I'm gonna look away.
Oh, look. Look
Okay,
away.
now I'm gonna zoom it in.
Okay.
I think I got it. Okay.
All right.
Let's see. Well, I had it. What the heck? Yeah, this website's kind of unpredictable. So bear with me for a second. There you go. All right, here we go.
Okay.
Not any spoilers.
All
So
right.
we got Die Hard.
Die Hard versus JFK. Okay.
All right.
John
What was your
McTiernan
first
versus
thoughts on
Oliver
it?
Stone. Yeah, I'm up first this time. I've only seen JFK twice. It's good, but man, do I have to like be in the mood to watch like a 3.5 hour JFK movie? Like it's not really up my alley totally. But Die Hard's the best Christmas movie and it's awesome, so I'll go Die Hard.
Well, I've never seen JFK, so there's another blind spot for me. So, but Die Hard's one of my favorite movies of all time. Like, I think that John McClane might be the best action hero of all time. So I got to go with Die Hard all the way.
Okay.
So, Justin?
Yeah, I got to rewatch JFK. Saw it once. You know, it didn't stick out as anything too crazy for me, but, you know, maybe a rewatch would help. But, Die Hard's easily in my top 10. Gotta go Die Hard.
All right, Malcolm.
Yeah, I meant to watch JFK for something, but I haven't yet. So I'm gonna go Die Hard.
Yep. Jacob, what you got?
Yeah, only seeing one of the movies in the match, it makes voting really easy.
Yep.
So, I'm gonna go Die Hard. I think it's fantastic.
Well, Jacob,
Yeah.
you and Jordan are almost neck and neck on my tally for movies you haven't seen.
Nice.
It's a real horse
That's
race
about
right
right.
now. It's gonna be
Horse
interesting what it ends up as. We'll know it in a
Yeah,
little
yeah.
bit. Once we get done with this side of the bracket, I'll give you the final tally. But
Yeah. Well,
All
Steven,
right.
what do you got?
Steven.
So here's the thing about JFK. It is a long movie, no doubt, but it's so compulsively watchable and so compelling that it still, for me, just flies by. You know, I remember before I watched the whole thing, I watched like what I thought was just 5-10 minutes of the movie. Then I look at what time it is, and I've been watching for almost a half an hour.
Yeah. Nice.
That being said, I'll let Die Hard get the clean sweep and vote for Die Hard still.
Yeah.
All right. Okay.
Hard to go against
Well,
John
JFK
McClane.
gets assassinated again.
Yep.
Die Hard.
Assassin.
Sorry, JFK.
Yeah.
Dying of a slow death.
By Hans Gruber.
For a second, I thought you were going to say JFK died hard.
Right?
Yeah,
Yep. Yep, exactly.
Facts.
But coming up next, one of the other Star Trek
Hey,
movies,
alright.
we got First
First
Contact,
Contact.
going up against the American President.
Another presidential movie. Okay.
Yeah,
American
another-
president. Okay. Interesting
Does
one.
it mean-
Jordan, you're up first. Yeah.
Well, I'll just repeat what Jacob said. Like, it's really easy to vote when you've only seen one of the movies. So I got to go with Star Trek First Contact, and actually that's my favorite of the Next Generation movies. Like, Star Trek First Contact's awesome. Like, I love how they deal with the Borg and that. I love how they go to Earth and talk about the building of some of the like certain rockets that they have in the movie and stuff. So yeah, I got to go with First Contact. Justin?
Yeah, so I used to work at a family video, and I was
Nice.
I was working through all like every movie I wanted to see like in alphabetical order, and American President was one of the ones I skipped over for some reason. So I had the opportunity to watch it, and I didn't. So I gotta also go with First Contact for the same sentiments that Jordan just said. Yeah, definitely the best of the Next Generation movies. Yeah, but yeah, First Contact.
Yeah. Malcolm, what do you got?
I've not seen either of these movies, so I'm going to go for the one out of the two that I do want to see, and it's The American Prisoner. I've heard a lot about that.
All right.
Yeah,
Sounds good. Jacob.
Well, I have not seen The American President.
We're still neck and neck.
I'm gonna go First Contact. I think it's really good.
Yeah.
Steven?
Well, Steven?
So, The American President is probably my favorite rom-com of all time. And I think it's smart, sophisticated, funny. It's got incredible. Michael Douglas and Annette Bening is great. Martin Sheen and Michael J. Fox. Richard Dreyfuss is in it. It's a really great movie. It's also early Aaron Sorkin, which is what another reason to love it.
Nice.
And Rob Reiner directed it before people started hating on him. So, but I love Star Trek, and First Contact is my second favorite of the franchise, and also it's my favorite score too, because I think the score from Jerry Goldsmith is phenomenal.
Yeah.
Alice Creed is great as the Borg Queen. James Cromwell, Alfred Woodard, and Cromwell playing Zephyr Cochrane, the guy who creates warp speed. I'm going with Star Trek First Contact.
Yeah. Awesome. Jacob. Sorry, Austin. Sorry.
No, I'll stick with Star Trek on this one. First Contact is my favorite Star Trek movie, and it just missed my 64 just by a couple of notches. And it's like the closest we've come to also like a Star Trek horror movie with some of the sequences, which I love. So, I'll go First Contact by a pretty big margin in this one.
I guess I should say also thank you to Austin Monlock, because he said bless you after I sneezed.
Yeah, right. There we go. Yep. So
Jacob's giving him something through the call. Yeah. Through StreamYard.
Sorry.
Stop making people sick.
I'm hoping that my we just got an error message saying that the website was about to crash, but then it just started working again, so that's good. I was like, "Whoa, it's about to crash!" But anyways, yeah, but we're good. Disaster averted. So we'll move on to the next one. We got the Wonderboys going up against the Insider.
More Michael Douglas versus the Insider. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, so
Justin.
I think this is my first. I haven't seen either.
Well,
okay, so basically Michael Douglas or Al Pacino. I guess that's the question.
Yeah. What do you like more?
I'm leaning the Insider. It's got a good poster. Is that Russell Crowe in the bottom?
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, Russell Crowe and Al Pacino.
And
Wonderboys also had Tobey Maguire, I think.
Okay.
He's in
Tobey Maguire's in Wonderboys. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I'll go Insider. I just rewatched Heat, so I got Al Pacino in the brain. I'll go for it. Oh, is that? Yeah, right. It's Michael Mann, right? Yeah. So I'll go Insider.
Sounds good. Malcolm.
Yeah, I've not seen the Wonderboys, but I've got to go with Hoo-ha! The Insider.
Yeah, right. Well, Jacob.
I have not seen either of these movies. And I don't like the way Michael Douglas is looking at me there, so I'm going to go with the Insider.
Yeah. A little creepy. Yeah. Steven?
Oh, I love The Insider. It's a great movie, great story. Incredible performances from both Crowe and Pacino, and Christopher Plummer as Mike Wallace, and a bunch of other great actors that are in it. And it's my favorite Michael Mann movie, even though I do love Heat too, obviously. But I really love Wonderboys. Wonderboys also has a great cast, because not only Michael Douglas and Tobey Maguire, but Frances McDormand is in it. Robert Downey Jr. is in it. Katie Holmes, some other people, and it's I was gonna say Curtis Hanson's best movie, but actually it's his second best movie. Yeah, I'm going with Wonderboys. He plays a teacher and a writer with writer's block. So yeah, obviously I got to go with that.
All right. Well, Austin, what do you got?
Yeah, they're two really underrated and kind of overlooked movies. But yeah, I'm going to go with The Insider. It's like a really kind of overlooked Pacino movie. It's really really strong, Michael Mann. Yeah, it needs to be seen more. So I'll go with The Insider.
Well, I think me and Jacob are like pretty neck and neck. I haven't seen either one of these either. So
but, you guys are really close. My talent, really really close.
But the Wonderboys I'd never even heard of before this, and so when I was making the tournament, like I really hope that I pulled the right poster from the right movie because I'd never even heard of it. So yeah, so but I have heard of The Insider, and yeah, like it just looks like a movie that I'd probably rather see more, even though I don't really even know what the other one's really about besides what Stephen just said. So, but I'm gonna go with Insider.
Well, Russell Crowe plays Jeffrey Wigand, who was a whistleblower for Big Tobacco, and because he found out that they were purposely making it even more addictive so that more people would continue to buy their product.
Wow, some corporation did something shady to get people to buy it? Oh, no shit.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
Wow, big surprise.
Surprise.
I'm blown away. All right, The Insider.
With that, the Insider moves on. Mm-hmm. All right, coming up next week.
The Insider would be a good double feature with Thank You for Smoking with Aaron Eckhart. About like big, just like with Aaron Eckhart's like the pro tobacco guy.
Yeah. With the Gray going up against a rival.
Oh, all right. Malcolm is up first on this one.
Yeah, I vaguely remember seeing The Grey late at night one time, but I was half asleep and I don't remember much about it. I just saw Arrival for the first time this year. It's great, but Arrival is my vote.
Yeah. Jacob?
Yeah, The Grey is one of those movies I've seen once. Never really felt like going back to revisit it. Although Liam Neeson is fantastic, and I could always watch Liam Neeson. But Arrival, I think, is great. I think the performances of Jeremy Renner and Amy Adams are fantastic. So I'll go Arrival.
Yeah. Stephen?
Yeah, I'm going with Arrival. It's kind of similar. It's up there too with me, like Contact, as one of my favorite science fiction movies of all time. But I will say, besides Liam Neeson, Frank Grillo is also great in The Grey. And if you ignore the post-credit scene, I think The Grey ends on a perfect note.
Yeah. Sounds good. Well, Austin?
Well, I don't really like either one of these movies. Arrival was on my overrated, I don't get it list, and so I'm not a big fan of it. And The Grey I saw once, and I was like, it's a fine little survival thriller, but there's better movies than that. If you ask me which one I'll watch again, I'll watch The Grey again, just for Liam. So I'll vote for The Grey.
Yeah. Like I'm kind of in the same boat as you, Austin. Like I've seen both of these, and like they're both kind of meh to me. Especially the Arrival, like that movie almost made my most overrated movie list because it's just like people hyped it up so much. I went and saw it, and I was just like, okay, I don't really understand this, but all right. But The Grey though, like at least you have like Liam Neeson fighting wolves, so like that's a cool concept. So I gotta go with that. So I'll go with The Grey.
Because Arrival, it's not my favorite Denis Villeneuve. I like his other movies a lot more. I still like it. Grey is good.
Yeah.
Oh man. If I had to, taking kind of the Austin approach, if I had to just sit down and just pick one movie to watch right now, I honestly think I'd have to go Arrival. But yeah, I'll go Arrival.
All right.
Well,
with that, 4-2 for Arrival.
Okay,
that's it.
Yes.
All right. It looks like Liam Neeson is gluing it as from his poster.
Yeah, he doesn't like the fact that we just voted against him. He's gonna come get us.
Coming for us. Yeah, right.
Yeah,
he will find us.
Yep. But coming up next, we got Wizard of Oz.
The Wizard of Oz.
Minority Report.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Yep. So who's first this time?
Jacob's up first this time.
All right. Jacob, what do you got?
Yeah, Minority Report is another one of those I've seen once and haven't gone back to revisit. Not because I didn't like the movie, just because I haven't. Wizard of Oz was on my list, and it was pretty high up. I think it's one of the greatest musicals ever. So I will go The Wizard of Oz.
Yeah. Steven?
I gotta go with Minority Report. The Wizard of Oz is another classic that still holds up, like Casablanca. But Minority Report is just another really great science fiction movie. One of my favorite Steven Spielberg movies and one of my favorite Tom Cruise movies and performances. So yeah, I'm gonna go with Minority Report.
Yeah. Austin, what do you got?
I think I'll go Wizard of Oz on this one, and I just have to say, real quick, no matter how many times I see Wizard of Oz, I always forget about like the third act of that movie. Like we get 45 minutes or an hour into that movie, they get to the wizard, and I'm like, oh yeah, the movie's over already, and then it's like, oh yeah, he sends him off to kill the witch. Like I always forget about that part, and then they have to go off for another adventure, and like I've seen it dozens of times, and I forget about that. But yeah, Minority Report's all right, but it falls apart in the third act, and the Wizard of Oz has a fun third act, so I'll go Wizard of Oz.
All right. Well, this one's actually pretty tough for me, even though they're like pretty different movies though. Like I have a lot of love for both of these, but I think I got to give the edge to Minority Report. Just like the concepts that they came up with were like pretty cool, and like I just like the whole chase aspect of it, and like the way that they did the pre-crime stuff, all of that stuff was like.
Jordan's a big fan of that car in that movie. He thought it should be an S tier of the car show we did.
Did I say that?
In general.
Yeah, you did.
Well,
yeah, you did. You were a big fan.
I don't know. Must have been drinking that night or something, but yeah. But thinking about it now, I'm like I probably wouldn't put it in S tier, but I guess that night I did. So, but yeah, I'm going with Minority Report. So,
okay,
Justin.
All right, Justin.
Yeah, I'm leading Minority Report as well. Same kind of boat as what was said before, but yeah, it's I got to rewatch both for sure. But yeah, I'll lead Minority Report.
Yeah. Okay. Malcolm, what do you got?
Yeah, I mean, Minority Report almost appeared on my overrated list. So I've got to go Wizard of Oz.
All right. With that, we have another tie, and this one goes to Mr. Barber. You get the tie-breaking vote, sir. What are you going to put through?
Well, this is Steven's list, and he did vote Minority Report. And sometimes you just got to learn that you can't get all the things that you want, Steven.
Yeah.
I'm going to go with Wizard of Oz.
All right.
You can't get everything you want in life. Sorry.
Yeah, I know. Life sucks, and then you die.
Yep. Yeah, right.
What man would say.
Yeah. All right. Well, with that, we're moving on down to 3 billboards outside Ebbing, Missouri.
Okay.
Going up against Lord of the Rings, Return of the King.
Now, quick note about Return of the King. I put Return of the King on my actual top 100. I kind of actually lump all 3 Lord of the Rings movies as one because I think they're telling one whole story. But I didn't want to clog this list with all 3 movies, so I chose just one of them to represent the trilogy.
Right. That's fair enough. It makes it a little easier. You can can add a couple extra movies you like in there. So
Well, Stephen, now that you said that, is that what you're voting for? Because you're up first.
Oh, I am up first.
yeah.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, it's number 5 on my list. And while I love Three Billboards, it's like 64. So it's like it's somewhere in the bottom. So I love both, but yeah, I'm going with Lord of the Rings.
All right, Austin, what do you got?
Well, if it's franchise versus this one movie, I'll take
You
the
can
one
vote
movie.
for whatever.
That's an hour and 45 minutes versus 12 hours with the extended cut. So
Yeah,
I'll
right.
vote for Three Billboards. Three Billboards.
Yeah, right.
I mean,
The
if
other
you
one's
want
going to
to
take up my
vote,
entire day.
if you want to just vote for Return of the King, that's fine too.
Well,
Yeah.
I'll still vote for that because it's 4.5 hours with the extended cut versus an hour and 45 minutes. So I'll still vote for Three Billboards.
Yep. For me, like, it's pretty tough to vote against Lord of the Rings. Like really anything Lord of the Rings. Like I'm a massive Lord of the Rings fan. I think like Sam and Frodo is the best friendship ever put to cinema. So I mean, it's just an amazing story, amazing everything all around. And also, I've never seen Three Billboards, so you know, one more tally to that for me. So
Right.
I'm gonna go with Return of the King. Justin?
Yeah, Justin.
Three Billboards is great, but so not only is Return of the King my favorite of the Lord of the Rings, but like those are the movies where I used to not even put them in my ranking lists because they're just above. You know, they're my favorite movies beyond. It's like I don't want them to just be the top of the list all the time. But you know, in this context, I'll vote for it. Still, maybe not later, but for right now, over Three Billboards, I'll go Return of the King.
That makes sense because I'm a huge basketball fan, so we're going to be doing a greatest NBA player of all time, and we're going to leave Michael Jordan off because like he's above everything. So like he's like the greatest. We all acknowledge he's the GOAT, and then we vote from there.
Right. Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Who's he though?
Yes.
Yes.
Of course.
Yes.
Yeah, he is.
Don't you dare say LeBron.
Yeah.
Because he's not. But anyways.
Malcolm.
I mean, LeBron may be a great basketball player, but Michael Jordan's also a great actor. So,
No.
but
kind of.
that being said, you're not going to see the poster anyway. But it's easily Lord of the Rings because it's great. I mean,
It was filmed in his backyard.
Yeah, right.
I like Three Billboards. It's fine, but Return of the King is the best of the trilogy, and it's great.
Yeah. Jacob?
You say different if you were from Missouri.
Yeah, right.
I still would have gone Lord of the Rings.
Yeah.
Jacob?
Yeah, Lord of the Rings is great, and it's my favorite out of these two, but out of spite for Lord of the Rings, taking out my number one when we did my list. I'm going to vote for Three Billboards.
I love a good spite vote.
Yeah.
I'm a big fan of that. But even with that, Lord of the Rings is going to take it over Three Billboards.
Yeah. Lord of the Rings, moving on. So,
all
right. Coming up next, we got Jaws.
Jaws, a heavy favorite on tournament fights.
Yeah.
Tree of Life.
Going up against the Tree of Life. So, and is it you, Austin?
I'm up first. Yeah.
What do you got?
Jaws is awesome, and the Tree of Life fucking sucks. Fuck that movie, and fuck Terrence Malick. Jaws. I hate that movie. I hate that boring ass movie with dinosaurs and shit. Just no thanks.
Yeah. Well, for me, I've never seen Tree of Life, so it's another one that I haven't seen in it. And the movie didn't really like entice me to really want to see it. I was just kind of like from the trailers, I was like, I'm okay, I'm good. But Jaws though, we'll acknowledge that Jaws is great, but I think that like people put it on a pedestal way higher than it actually is, and I just don't really see it as like one of those masterpiece movies. But I do think that it's great still, like despite saying that. So I am gonna pick Jaws, but I just wanted to throw that in there. So
Justin,
what do you got?
Yeah, I get bored just thinking about watching the Tree of Life. I gotta go Jaws.
Yeah.
I'm sure it's great.
Yep. Well, Malcolm, what do you got?
Yeah, I mean, I've never seen the Tree of Life. But if it's got dinosaurs in it, I'll probably go and check it out at some stage. It sounds interesting.
It's not at Jurassic Park. It's not Malcolm. It's not Jurassic Park.
It still sounds interesting. It's got dinosaurs. I'm going to watch it. But anyway,
Carnosaur is a better movie.
Carnosaur is horrible.
Yeah, and I'd watch it over Tree of Life.
Anyway, that being said, my vote's going to Jaws, just because I haven't seen Tree of Life.
Yeah. Well, Jacob, what do you think?
Yeah, I've also, I think I started watching Tree of Life and like maybe turned it off because I just wasn't into it. Jaws is fantastic. And I have a feeling it's pretty high up on Steven's list. I've heard him talk about it before. I'm going to go Jaws. Jaws.
Which one? Oh, Jaws. Okay.
Jaws,
yeah.
All right, Steven. What do you got?
Okay, if you guys hate Tree of Life that much, geez, I wonder what you think of, like, because I'm not, like, huge on Terrence Malick overall, because I think he's made some boring movies, too. Like, Knight of Cups was a chore to sit through.
Yeah.
But I thought The Tree of Life was a beautiful movie, and but you know, I obviously I gotta go with Jaws.
Yeah.
It's in fact, I won't, obviously I'm not gonna reveal what's number one until it's eliminated, but Jaws is also in my top 5 at number 4.
All right. Well, sounds good then. Jaws, clean sweep.
Right.
Moving on. All right. So coming up next, we have Almost Famous going up against Memento.
Okay. Jordan, you're up first.
Man, like 2 more movies I haven't seen. Oh gosh. but I do own Memento. Like I bought it because I found it in like one of those discount bins at Walmart. So I just haven't gotten around to watching it yet. So I definitely will be watching that one soon. Probably Almost Famous too because I've heard great things about that. But I mean, I'll just go with the Christopher Nolan with Memento. So I'll stick with that one. So,
all right,
Justin.
I love both these movies, and I probably do lean one over the other, but I'm gonna stick with a little bit that I have on. I'll just take this time to plug my podcast that airs on Wednesday nights. What the Show?
Yeah,
we have a little bit where we don't talk about Nolan, and so even though I do love Memento, I think I'm gonna go Almost Famous just for it. But yeah, we're gonna have Brother Lomas on from the Schmodown on tomorrow night. It's gonna be wacky. It's gonna be wild at 8:30 8:30 Central. But anyways,
yeah, Brother Lomas on. Yeah.
He's gonna be full character the whole show.
Nice.
That's what he said. So
that'll be fun. We'll have to tune in. But
yeah, we had Brother Lomas on our tier ranker fights for baseball movies. He's a big
wow.
Yeah, that's what it was. Yeah, yeah.
Check that out.
Malcolm
plays in his church league, I guess.
Oh yeah. Yeah, from church.
Yeah, I mean, I haven't seen Memento, but so I've got to go Almost Famous.
All right, Jacob.
I've tried to watch Memento, and for whatever reason, I just can't get through it. I get about halfway, and then I'm like, you know what? I'm just not into this.
Is it because of the way the movie is structured, or you just?
It might be. I don't know. Like, I'm sure at one of these days, I'm gonna watch it. I'm gonna get through it, and maybe my opinion will change. Almost Famous. I love it. Almost made. I think it made my list. If it did, it was like pretty low. If not, It was right there. I can't remember what made my list now because
I don't think it did because I think it's the first time I've seen it on any of these tournament fights. I'm
So
pretty sure.
It's pretty close. Like I'm reworking my list just because I've seen so many new to me movies. Almost Famous is one of them, and I loved it. It's fantastic.
In the same way, I'm kind of been reworking my list because I have way too many comic book movies on mine. So I'm like trying to rework it. Like half of mine were all comic book movies. So, but Steven, what do you got?
Yeah, Christopher Nolan is my favorite, probably my favorite filmmaker currently working. Not of all time, that would be Spielberg, but currently working. I gotta go with Almost Famous.
Yep. All right. Well, Austin.
They're both good, but I'll go with Memento. I'll just keep it short and sweet. But with that, 4-2 for Almost Famous.
Almost Famous. All right.
Mm-hmm.
Famous moving on. All right. So next up we got V for Vendetta.
V for Vendetta.
Going against
Another Earth.
Oh yeah.
Another Earth.
Yeah.
Interesting movie. Yeah, it's about another Earth showing up in our atmosphere and just coming closer to Earth.
Nice.
Yeah.
Huh, well,
Justin.
I think Justin, you're up. Yeah.
I don't think I've ever heard of Another Earth.
Yeah,
it's an interesting movie.
Yeah, I dig V for
I haven't either.
I dig V for Vendetta a lot. Got to rewatch it, but enjoyed it the first time I saw it, so I'll go with that.
Yeah. Malcolm?
Yeah, I mean, I had to Google Another Earth because it sounds like a documentary. It's not.
Yeah. It does.
But I have to go V from Vendetta.
Yeah. Jacob?
Yeah, I've never even heard of Another Earth until just now.
Yeah.
But I've also never seen V for Vendetta. It's one of those that's high up on. I have it. It's just never one that I've grabbed and popped in, and I need to. And so, just because I've never heard of Another Earth, I'm sure it might be great. It might be fantastic. I've heard nothing but great things about V for Vendetta, so I'm going to go with that one.
Yeah. Steven, what do you got?
So even though I do think V for Vendetta is the better movie, it's slightly higher on my list, and I think it deserves to move on. I want to give some love to Another Earth, since I knew almost no one was probably had seen this movie. It's a small little indie movie, but I absolutely love it. And just like I said about The Gray, I think it ends on a perfect note.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm going to go with Another Earth.
All right. Well, Austin, what?
Yeah, Steven, I might be the only one on the panel that has seen Another Earth. I have seen it. I rented it back when Netflix, when I was still doing my Netflix at home, like the discs through the mail, and I watched it. And I agree with you that. I agree with you that the ending, I won't spoil it, but with the communication between the two Earths is like a perfect way to end it. Like I won't spoil like what it is, but like it's really good. But having said that, I just had got my 4-disc of V for Vendetta. It looks great, and the movie still holds up, so I'll vote for V for Vendetta.
Yeah. It's got Tom Cruise's cousin, I think, William Mapother, who was in Lost.
Okay.
And Britt Marling, I love her, even though her career, for whatever reason, hasn't really seemed to taken off. But I think she's a great writer and a great actress.
Yeah. Well,
Jordan.
Well, I knew this movie was on the list, so I wore my V for Vendetta and Zelda crossover shirt there. Z for Zelda there. So so yeah, but I'm a pretty big V for Vendetta fan. Like, I think that movie's awesome. Like, and I've never even heard of Another Earth, so I'm gonna go with V for Vendetta. So Vendetta. Moving on.
V for Vendetta.
Yeah. All right. So next
Another
up,
Earth is
LA.
not what you think it's going to be when you hear about the premise. I'll just leave it at that. And Steven, I'm sure.
Yeah, because it's a low budget. Yeah, because it's a low budget.
Yeah. But it's good.
Well, of LA Confidential going up against Up.
All right.
I have an interesting matchup there, but
Malcolm's up first on this one.
all right.
I mean, I've never seen LA Confidential. I've been meaning to watch it for the time. The first 10 minutes of Up is good, but then it kind of gets boring. So I'm gonna go against the movie I've seen. I'm going to go LA Confidential because I don't really want Up to move on.
All right. Sounds good. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You have the right to vote that way on this show. So yep. Yeah. Jacob. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm in the same boat as Malcolm. Though I think Up is still really good. I think the rest of the movie doesn't live up to the first 10 minutes of it. I think it does, kind of fall off, but I still think it's really good. I do think it's slightly overrated. I don't think it's one of Pixar's best, like other people are saying. And so, yeah, for that reason, I'll go LA Confidential.
Have you seen LA Confidential, Jacob? I have a feeling the answer is no.
Nope.
Oh no! Only because I'm keeping tally between you and Jordan to see who wins. That's all.
Yeah.
I feel like I've seen bits and pieces of it. I just haven't watched it in its entirety. No.
Yeah.
All right, Stephen.
Yeah.
So I disagree with the notion that the rest of the movie is not as good as the first 10 minutes. I love the entire movie. I think it's a great buddy movie, a great surrogate father-son story, a great adventure, a great story about a man going on one last adventure. It's my favorite animated movie, let alone my favorite Pixar movie. But LA Confidential is in my top 15, and I love that movie so much. It's such a great story with twists and turns, and a stellar ensemble cast. So I'm going with LA Confidential.
All right. Well, Austin, what do you got?
Yeah, I'll go with what I'm assuming is Stevens was alluding to as Curtis Hansen's best movie, which is LA Confidential. So I'll go with that one.
Yeah.
No, I was talking about The River Wild. No,
Yeah.
I do like The River Wild. I do like The River Wild, but no, LA Confidential.
I thought you were going to talk. I thought 8 Mile was going to show up on the list, but
Yeah.
Yeah.
There you go.
Hey, it could.
But I just want to say shout out Ed Asner for the movie Up. Rest in peace. He just recently passed away. So, yeah, I think I got to vote for Up just because I think it's a fun movie from start to finish. I do think that the first 10 minutes are the best part of the movie, but I have fun with it though. Like I like I'm looking forward to the little series they're gonna do about the little dog that they have coming on Disney Plus. That looks pretty intriguing, but I also have not seen LA Confidential, so I gotta vote for Up. So
All right.
And then Justin.
Up's fine. Up's good. Nothing wrong with Up. But LA Confidential is so good. It's been many years, so it's one of the top movies that I want to rewatch coming up. But yeah, I love that whole just that whole time, especially 90s dirty cops, crime, all those types of movies. LA Confidential, Kiss Kiss Bang Bang, and The Nice Guys, like that. Anything kind of in that vein is gonna automatically be one of my favorite movies. So I think LA Confidential hits it right on the head.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
All right.
Definitely
Confidentials.
LA Confidential.
One thing I forgot to say about Up too. It's my favorite from the movies. If we're including television, then it would be different. But it's my favorite Michael Giacchino score.
Okay. Nice. Yeah, favorite of the movies, but that Lost score is just it's so good from Michael Giacchino.
Lost and Alias and Fringe. He did the music for all three of those shows. And those are my favorite.
Fringe, yeah.
50-50's got a great score.
Oh, yeah. So we have Malcolm X going up against The Girl Next Door.
The Girl Next Door, interesting.
Nice matchup.
And
that's what happens with the randomizer.
Denzel as Malcolm X is not too happy about going up against The Girl Next Door in that picture.
No,
I don't think he's terribly excited about this. All right, Jacob, you're up first.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've only seen one of these movies, and that would be The Girl Next Door. And I'm not a big fan of it. I thought it was okay. Malcolm X is really high up on the list to watch. I've heard nothing but good things about Denzel's performance in it. And so I'm gonna go Malcolm X just because I was not a huge fan of The Girl Next Door.
All right. Well, Stephen, what do you got?
So Malcolm X is a great movie. It's Spike Lee's best movie, and Denzel Washington gives, if not the best, then one of the best performances of all time in that movie. But The Girl Next Door is another personal favorite. It's my favorite teen comedy. I think Emile Hirsch and Alicia Cuthbert are both terrific, and you've got Timothy Olyphant, who's always great. Always make sure the juice is worth the squeeze. I'm going with The Girl Next Door.
I forgot he was in that movie. Yeah. But who you got, Austin?
Yeah, The Girl Next Door is fine. But Denzel should won his Oscar for Malcolm X over Training Day because he's exceptional in that movie. So I'll go with Malcolm X.
Yeah, and I do want to give some love to The Girl Next Door. Like shout out to Kim Bauer from 24, Alicia Cuthbert, but and I like the movie, but it's no Malcolm X. Like Malcolm X is just freaking awesome. Denzel Washington, one of my favorite actors, and like he gives like a powerhouse like all time performance. So I got to go with Malcolm X, and it might be my favorite Spike Lee movie. So yeah, I'm gonna go with Malcolm X. Justin.
Yeah, Malcolm X is great, of course, but yeah, like Steven said, a line I was prepared to say, right, is the juice worth the squeeze? The juice is my name. I got it. That's a great quote. My buddy and I watched that movie. It was on Stars or something. I don't know. We just randomly we're like, let's watch Girl Next Door. Yeah, all right, the girl from 24 and Emile Hirsch. We love Emile Hirsch. Let's watch it. And then it's not the greatest movie, but it's fun and it's it's just a good time. So I'll go with that.
Yeah. Malcolm?
Yeah, I've never seen Malcolm X, so it's on my list to see. I really do like The Girl Next Door though, so I'm going to go with The Girl Next Door.
Oh, you didn't go with the same name as yours?
I mean, I've never seen it. So.
Oddly enough, I wouldn't have expected this. We have a tie between Malcolm X and The Girl Next Door. So,
that's awesome.
But the tiebreaker goes to our guest of honor, goes to Stephen Shepard. So you have the power in this one. Yep. What are you going to put through?
I have the power.
I mean, look, is Malcolm X the better movie? Yeah. But The Girl Next Door is my more personal favorite. So I'm going with
Let's go. Let's have some chaos.
All right. Sure. Why not?
Yeah. The Girl Next Door. Moving on over Malcolm X. All right. but coming next we have The Walk going up against The Departed.
The Departed. Okay. All right.
Scorsese and Zemeckis.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yep. So you're up, Steve.
Well, see, as much as I love The Departed, The Walk was one of the most incredible theatrical experiences I ever had because I watched it on IMAX 3D, and the last half hour of that movie is jaw-dropping. But not just the last half hour. I think the whole movie was great in IMAX 3D. And I think even though at first it gets a little bit time to get used to his accent. But I think Joseph Gordon-Levitt really disappears into his role and gives a great performance. And so yeah, I'm going with The Walk. Another great Robert Zemeckis movie.
Yeah. Austin, what you got?
Yeah, I liked The Walk, but I kind of like the documentary Man on Wire a little bit better. Like just because it's just a little bit more fascinating to me. Although I thought they did a good job, kind of almost adapting the story to that movie. But like I rewatched The Departed recently. Like The Departed is awesome. Like I forgot how good that movie is, so I'll go with The Departed.
Yeah. But for me, I have a little bit of a hot take. Like I think The Departed is kind of overrated. Like it's good, but it's definitely not a bad movie. But like I think that it gets more love than it probably should, in my opinion. So, and The Walk, yeah, like I did the same thing. I went and saw it in 3D IMAX too. So like, because all the trailers just like really floored me. So I'm like, man, this looks like a movie you gotta see in IMAX. And like I've never been someone that really had any issues with heights. Like I've climbed a lot of tall mountains and walked right up to the edge of the cliff and stuff. But like even with the way that they filmed it though, like you get a little bit of vertigo. Like it just like it's just crazy how they film it. So yeah, I'm gonna go with The Walk.
All right, Justin.
Yeah, I really enjoyed The Walk, but Scorsese's my favorite director. If I did one of these 64s, I'd probably have 8 of his movies on my list. So I gotta go. Even though Departed's not my favorite, I gotta go. I gotta go Departed. I gotta go for my boy.
If we had gone to 100 instead of just 64, Scorsese would probably be the director with the second most amount of movies on the list.
Yeah.
But for whatever reason, I only have one of his movies on my 64.
Mm-hmm.
Well, Malcolm, what do you got?
No.
I haven't seen The Walk, so it's Departed.
All right, fair enough.
Jacob.
Yeah, I've also not seen The Walk. I've seen The Departed several times, and I think all the performances in it are fantastic. I will go with The Departed.
All right, 4-2 for The Departed.
4-2. All right. So let's see. How many we got left? We got Rocky going up against Witness.
Witness. Two Philadelphia movies going up against each other.
Yeah.
All right, I'm up first.
All right, what do you got?
Got a fucking gnat flying around my goddamn iPad. Fucking gnats. Anyways, Witness is good, but like Rocky is Rocky, man. Like Rocky's so God. Like I watched Rudy today for our football thing, and like the only thing I can think about is like Rudy was like the Rocky of football movies, and like just because everything's compared to Rocky because like it's so good. Yeah, Rocky. I can't vote against it.
Yeah, and like Rocky's one of my favorite movies of all time. It's another movie that just missed my top 64. So I'm a huge Rocky fan. A little late to the party on the Rocky movies. I only watched them for the first time like about 2.5 years ago, something like that. So, but once I started watching it, it was like one after the next. Like I got to see the next. I want to see the next. Like one after the other. But Witness I've never seen before, so I can't really comment on Witness. So I got to go Rocky. Justin?
Yeah. Exactly what Austin said. Witness is fine, but Rocky is Rocky. It's no other words. The Final Bell is the ultimate workout song. Whenever you feel like you're at the end, you put on Final Bell. Just listen. I cry. I cry tears just listening to the music of Rocky. Like it's just. There's never been a movie like it. There never will be a movie like it again.
Yeah. Very inspirational. Yep. Yeah.
I got him.
Nice.
Fucking gnat. He landed on my chart, and I smacked the shit out of him.
Nice.
Sorry.
Well, Malcolm?
Me versus the gnat.
Yeah. What do you got?
Yeah, I mean, I haven't seen Witness, but Rocky got to fly now to the next round.
Yep.
Yeah.
Gotta fly. Jacob?
That gnat ain't gonna fly no more.
No, not at all.
I've also never seen Witness, so I'm gonna go Rocky. And even if I had seen Witness, I'd probably go Rocky anyway.
My tally of not seeing is as exciting as the other tournament right now. It's amazing.
Right.
We're almost to the end of this. I'll be able to reveal the results.
Yeah. Steven?
All right, Steven.
What do you got?
All right. Well, I'm glad. Rocky should move on, but I'm going to show some love to Witness because I think Witness is a great movie. Another great movie from Peter Weir on my list because he also did The Truman Show. So yeah, I'm going to give some love to Witness.
Well, a little love for Witness, but Austin.
I already voted for Rocky.
Oh yeah, that's right. So yeah, then 5-1. Rocky's moving on, and let's see what else we got. We got Traffic. Going up against Young Adult.
Young Adult. Okay, Jason Reitman. All right, interesting.
Yeah.
Okay, Jordan.
Well, I've never seen Traffic, so I can't comment on that. But Young Adult's fun. Like I love it. Charlize Theron. I'm a huge fan. She might be my favorite actress, and I love these type of movies that she's in. Like there's another one she's in where she's a new mother, showing like all the things she goes through. I forget the name of that one too, but it's kind of like
Tully?
Tully kind of has like a similar like vibe to the whole movie. I kind of feel like so and I had fun with Young Adult, and I like Charlize Theron. We'll sing her in these types of roles, so yeah, I'll go with Young Adult.
Yeah,
Justin?
I feel like I've seen I'm not sure if I've seen Traffic or not, to be completely honest.
All right.
But I do love Young Adult. Exactly what Jordan said. Yeah, it just right. That and Tully. She just it would seem Jason Reitman, but she fits like so well into the role of that, and she's just so good at adapting into whatever character the script has her going into. And so I'd watch Young Adult all day.
Yeah. Malcolm, what do you think? What do you got?
I haven't seen either of these, but Young Adult's got Charlize Theron, so I'm going to go with that.
Yep. Fair enough. Jacob, what do you got?
Yeah, these are movies I've seen once each. Which movie do I want to revisit first? Probably Young Adult.
Yeah.
Steven.
What's funny is when I first saw Young Adult, I admired it more than I liked it. But the second time, it just hit me differently for whatever reason. And usually when a performance is described as brave and fearless, it makes me chuckle. But I think Charlize Theron's performance is it's actually deserving of that because it's really a daring performance because of how unlikable she is in this movie, and she really goes for it.
Yep.
But I'm gonna go with Traffic, but they're both, I don't even care which one makes it through because they're both equally great.
Yeah, definitely. Austin?
Yeah, I just saw Traffic for the first time like a year ago. I had missed it for whatever reason, but I like the vibe of it. It's got similar to Sicario, probably why Steven has both of those on the list. Kind of same vein. Del Toro, a little drug cartel action. Young Adult's good, but it's not one of my favorite Reitmans. I'm a bigger fan of like Up in the Air, like for smoking.
Yep.
But I'll go Traffic on this one.
Okay, so it's that kind of Traffic. I assumed there was like a big car accident.
Yeah.
No, it's drug
I didn't know
traffic.
it was like drug traffic. Oh, okay, now I actually want to watch the movie. Okay.
Yeah.
It's not like with no crash or anything.
Yeah, I thought it was going to be like
No.
another crash.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like Crash.
Yeah,
It's just watching. It's just surveillance of like an intersection. It's not great, but it's probably the best version of that.
Yeah. Oh wait, but But young adult one. Sorry.
No, young adult one. Yes.
Yeah. Sorry. My bad. But all right. Well, moving on. We have Air
More
Force
Harrison
One.
Ford. He's a big Harrison Ford fan.
Back to the Future.
Future. Ooh.
Yeah.
Okay. Justin.
Yeah, a lot of Harrison Ford, Michael Douglas, and Tom
Hanks. Tom Hanks. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. All right, Justin.
All right, what you got, Justin?
You know what? Screw it. So I, for some reason, like Back to the Future 2 more than Back to the Future 1. Not like the margin is this. The margin's this. It's not a big margin. For some reason as a kid, I watched Back to the Future 2 first. So like I was instead of like the normal where it's like you watch Back to the Future and then you watch Back to the Future 2 and you're like, oh, that's he's going through the same thing.
Yeah.
I like had the same thing but opposite. So it was like Back to the Future, watching Back to the Future, I'm like, oh, he did that in Back to the Future too. So, but for whatever reason,
it'd be interesting. Yeah,
it's similar to before, where it's like this movie is at the top of every list. Let's just go get off my plane, Air Force One.
Do it, Justin.
Yeah.
That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Malcolm.
All right, Malcolm. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, for me, this is easy. Like Air Force One is good, but it's not Back to the Future. Back to the Future is amazing.
Yep.
Not wrong.
Jacob?
Not wrong.
Yep.
Yeah, Back to the Future has been on quite a few lists.
Like every tournament fights, like almost every tournament fight we've had for this.
And makes it pretty far. So let's switch things up and go Air Force One.
Yes.
All right.
Steven.
Well, Steven,
Do the right thing.
what are you going to go for?
They're actually pretty close to each other.
Do the right thing and vote for Back to the Future. Come on.
To me, it's not. I don't actually love that one that much more than the other. I think they're both great. So I'm going to go as Air Force One is another, one of my favorite Harrison Ford performances in action movies, and I love action movies. So yeah, I'll go with Air Force One.
All right. Austin?
I'm in the same vein as Jacob because it's like I mean Back to the Future is in my top 10, but I'm sick of seeing in a tournament fight. So let's go with what could be the mummy of this list, if you know what that means. And let's go with Die Hard on a Plane. Let's go with Air Force One.
Yeah.
I mean, Die Hard on a Plane. I didn't have Die Hard 2 on my list, but it could have almost made my list.
Right on a plane, yeah. But for me, I'm a massive Back to the Future fan. Like I cosplayed it for multiple Comic-Cons and Halloween as Marty McFly, and like I don't care how many lists it's on. It could be on every single one of the lists that deserves to freaking be there. So like Back to the Future, even though it looks like it's not gonna go, but
and with 4-2, let's do it, guys. Let's do the dark horse for this one with Air Force One. Come on, let's do it. Get behind it. Get on that plane. Let's do it.
I gotta vote against that as spite. Right, but next up we got Field of Dreams against Aliens.
Oh,
There's another one that's been on a lot, but Aliens.
Yeah, Malcolm.
I saw Aliens for the first time earlier this year, and it's great. I think I've seen Field of Dreams once, but I haven't gone back to it if I have. So I'm going to go to Aliens.
Yeah. Jacob?
Yeah, I'm not sure what it is about baseball movies, but I'm just not the hugest fan of them. There's like a couple that I like. I like Moneyball. I think Moneyball is fantastic, and The Sandlot because it's childhood.
Yes.
But for the most part, baseball movies just don't do it for me. Aliens is one of those where the sequel might be better than the first. I'm gonna go Aliens.
Yeah. Steven?
Oh, I definitely think Aliens is better than Alien. But I like Alien, don't get me wrong. But I definitely like Aliens more. I really love Field of Dreams, but yeah, I'm going to go with Aliens.
Yep. Austin?
Yeah, as much as I love throwing wrenches into the mix and throwing new movies in there, like Aliens is my favorite movie of all time. Like anybody who knows this show knows that, so I can't vote against Aliens. Like I will never vote against Aliens ever. So yeah,
I wonder if you would do it.
Yeah, no, not this time because I just can't. It's my favorite.
Yeah. Field of Dreams is a fun watch, but that's really all I can say about it. That it's fun. I mean, maybe I could say like it's pretty heartfelt. So there's that, but like I'm in the same boat as Malcolm. I watched Aliens for the first time earlier this year. We did a blind spot episode, and it's freaking awesome. Like I love the Aliens. So yeah, like get away from her, you bitch. I gotta go with Aliens. So yeah.
Justin?
Yeah, I dig Field of Dreams, but you can't go wrong with Aliens. It's been too long since I've seen it. Definitely need to rewatch it, but yeah, I'll go Aliens.
Yep.
I want to see the crossover movie Aliens and Field of Dreams.
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
That'd be awesome.
If you build it, they will come, but this time you don't want them to come.
Yeah. Yeah.
They almost had a movie like that. I think it was called Signs, right? It was almost like that.
Similar.
Yeah. But that is
right. So as Jordan kind of resets the board here to get into our 32, we are going to do what we do, and we're going to kick it into overdrive to the panel. So this is what we're going to do. Now that we've gotten a lot of the pleasantries out of the way for these inner brackets, we are going to move to 10 seconds or less, baby. We need those votes quick, and we need them fast. So 10 seconds or less, a quick vote, and we're moving on. So let's plow through these and get to a winner now that we're at 2 hours. So let's plow through this and see if we can get this done in the next 20 or 30 minutes. Let's do it. Overdrive
and what's
time.
the tally at for
that's right. My tally, now that we've gotten to all the movies. So the winner this evening, for who's not seen the most movies is by one vote, or by one, it's Jordan with 22. Jordan has 22 movies on this list he has not seen. Jacob, not far behind with 21. He has only seen one more movie than Jordan. And then, not too far behind with 17 is Malcolm, which is not bad. And Juice down there has 9. So not too bad for the Juice down there. 9 movies he hasn't seen out of 64. But Jordan, you are the winner. You need to see the most movies. It was, but I will say Jordan and Jacob were neck and neck pretty much almost until the final round. So it was neck and neck the whole way.
Back and forth.
Has Steven seen all of these movies?
Yeah, that's what I was guessing. I mean, I assume so. It'd be odd if he was like, I haven't seen Schindler's List, but
I've heard great things. It probably should.
I've heard good things.
I mean, if he hasn't seen the movie, he's doing a really good job of hiding it.
Yeah, right. but
all right, everybody, quick votes. Let's do this.
Yeah,
we're starting with Jacob.
We're gonna make it quick.
Schindler's List and Truman Show. Interesting. All right.
Yeah, I was zooming out a little, but yeah. You got?
All right, so I think here on out I'm going to vote for the movie I'd rather be watching right now, and that's going to be The Truman Show.
Yep.
Steven.
Yeah, Schindler's List is the better movie, but I'm going to vote for Truman Show.
Yeah. Austin?
Yeah, same exact reasons you put in front of me. I'm watching Truman, so let's go Truman.
Yeah, the same reason why I voted it over The Godfather, so I had to go Truman Show.
Yep. Same.
Yeah. All right. Malcolm?
Yeah, I like Schindler's List, but I like Truman Show more, so Truman Show.
All right, clean sweep for Truman. Yeah, it could be the dark horse of the tournament.
Clean sweep. All right.
We all want a little fun in our lives.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah, so we got Terminator 2, Judgment Day, going up against Forrest Gump.
Right. Ooh, okay. All right, so, and Steven, you're up first.
Oh, as much as I love T2, I'm going to go with Forrest Gump.
Yep. Awesome.
And I voted against it last time, but I'll vote for T2 this time, out of the two.
The Forrest Gump is just one of my all-time favorite movies. It was on my top 64, and like just like a 2-second story. I know we're trying to go quick, but I got to watch it at a certain time because I'm the oldest out of 5 siblings. Where my parents one night everyone was going to sit down and watch it and at a family gathering, and I got to watch it, and all the other kids had to go into another room. So like they're all kind of pissed at me that I got to watch it and they didn't. So I'm going to go Forrest Gump.
I'll go T2.
Justin?
I have the poster.
Yeah.
Malcolm?
Forrest Gump.
Forrest Gump. All right.
I will also go
Jacob?
Forrest Gump.
Okay.
All right.
Come
With
from
that,
behind victory for Forrest Gump. Yeah, 4-2. The
Forrest
underdog.
Gump. Yeah.
Narrowly avoiding another tie.
Yes.
Yeah,
Got
right.
a lot of close ties. All right, we got Raiders.
We got Raiders against Dream Warriors.
Dream Warriors.
Number 3.
Oh,
All right.
I'm up first. You know what?
You're up first.
I'm throwing a wrench in. I am going to throw a wrench in the mix for this one, and I'm going to go vote for horror movies. If I can vote for horror, I'll vote for horror. Let's go Dream Warriors. Definitely.
And I think on this one, I'm going to go with the wrench in the mix. I'm going to go Dream Warriors. Let's go. Do some Dream Warriors.
You know what? Screw it. I haven't seen it. It's great. I've already voted for it before. Raiders is on everyone's list. Let's just go Dream Warriors.
Yeah.
Right on.
Malcolm.
Yeah, I'm going to be the sane one here and vote for Raiders of the Lost Ark.
Yeah, right. Yeah. It's probably smart. But,
Where's the fun in that?
Jacob?
Nightmare.
Yeah.
Right.
Let's go. We always got to have fun. We always got to have ones you don't expect. Let's do this. Let's do
I watch
right.
this movie now.
it. Steven.
I'll go with Dream Warriors, even though Raiders.
Hell
is
yeah.
Dream Warriors, moving on. All right.
Hey, Raiders has gotten a lot of love on some of our other shows, so you know what? Why the fuck not? Let's go Dream Warriors.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, right. 5-1.
All right.
Let's do it.
All right, come on. Going next, we got RoboCop going up against Star Trek 2: Wrath of Khan.
2. Okay,
Ooh.
Interesting.
Kind of
All right,
sci-fi-ish movies.
Mhm.
This one's tough for me. Like this might be one of the toughest ones. I think just by a little bit, they got to go with Wrath of Khan. I think so, but it's close. So,
Right,
Justin?
Yeah, it's very tough. I'm going to lean RoboCop, even though I love Wrath of Khan. But yeah, I'll just go RoboCop.
Yeah. Malcolm?
Robocop.
All right.
Jacob.
Yeah, I'll go RoboCop as well.
Steven?
It's actually not that tough for me. I love RoboCop, but I love Wrath of Khan even more.
Yeah. Well, Austin?
Well, I'd buy RoboCop for $1. Let's go RoboCop.
Yeah. Well, with that, RoboCop it is. Moving on. All right. Up next, we got Avengers Endgame going up against the Dark Knight Rises.
Dark Knight Rises. Ooh, the 2 comic book movies.
Yeah.
Ooh.
All right.
Juice, you're up first, man. Back to the bottom.
Yeah, Endgame.
Yep. Malcolm?
Yeah, this is easy endgame.
Yeah. Jacob?
Endgame.
Yeah.
Steven?
This one is actually not easy for me, but I'm going to go with, I said it's my favorite comic book movie, The Dark Knight Rises.
All right, Austin.
Perhaps you're wondering why you shoot a man before throwing him out of a plane. I'm going to go with The Dark Knight Rises.
Yeah.
I'd rather watch that over Endgame. Yeah.
All right. Well, I would way more want to watch Endgame. I think I saw it like 4 times in theaters, so I'm gonna go with Endgame.
All right.
So.
4-2 for the Avengers.
Yeah.
Also, I find it interesting Stephen had Dark Knight Rises, but yet no Dark Knight was there.
Yeah.
It would probably be somewhere in the 80s.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Fair enough. Yeah. All right. So up next, we got The Fugitive going up against No Country for Old Men.
No Country for Old Men. Okay.
Yeah.
2 Tommy Lee Jones movies.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's like the old sheriff in that movie.
Oh, yeah.
Malcolm.
No Country for Old Men.
Jacob?
Yeah, No Country for Old Men.
Steven?
I'm going to go with The Fugitive.
All right, Austin.
We're going to search every outhouse, doghouse, and hen house until we find this man, the Fugitive.
Yeah. I got to go with The Fugitive. Yeah. So, Justin?
Yeah, I don't care if you killed your wife. I'm going with The Fugitive.
Yeah. I don't care.
All right.
Fugitive wins 4-2.
Yep. You just
All
moving
right.
on. All right.
Mhm.
Still on the run. All right. We haven't caught him yet. All right.
Mhm.
But we have Goodwill Hunting next, going up against Saving Private Ryan.
Saving Private Ryan. Ooh,
All right.
okay.
Two Matt Damon movies. Yeah.
Yeah, Matt Damon. Spending lots of money on Matt Damon.
Matt
Jacob.
Damon. Yep.
Oh, by this much, I'm going to go Goodwill Hunting.
All right. Well, Stephen?
I just rewatched it yesterday for in the first time in a while. Saving Private Ryan.
Nice. Austin, what do you got?
Goodwill Hunting by a small margin.
Yeah. I think I'm going to go Saving Private Ryan. That movie is just awesome. So go Saving Private Ryan. Justin?
Yeah, I think I'm going to go with the Robin Williams Feel Good. Goodwill Hunting.
All right. Malcolm.
By a large margin, it's Goodwill Hunting.
Oh, okay.
All right.
So you got your wish this time.
Yeah. We narrowly avoided a tie there. Goodwill Hunting. We're skirting a lot of ties here. Yeah.
Yep.
All right.
Just avoiding them. Yep. All right. So up next we got Shawshank Redemption going up against Casablanca.
Casablanca. Okay.
All right.
2 movies probably in the top IMDb top 100, I believe. Yeah. All right.
Top 10. Yeah.
All right.
Top 15.
Yeah. Probably. Yeah. Stephen.
Stephen, yeah, you're up.
Mm-hmm.
It's number 3 on my list, Shawshank Redemption.
All right, Austin.
Shawshank. I'll watch it over Casablanca.
Yeah. Well, even though I haven't seen it, I'm going to go with Shawshank just because I'm just not a Casablanca fan. So go with that.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry, Chris.
Yep, sorry.
Yeah,
Justin?
Casablanca's cool, but I'll go Shawshank.
All right, Malcolm.
I'm not a big Shawshank fan, so I'm going to Casablanca.
All right. Sounds good. You gotta go the other way. Jacob.
I will also go Shawshank.
All right.
Well,
5-1 for Shawshank.
Moving on. All right.
Okay. Is that the end of that side?
All right. So,
All
yep, that's the end of that side.
We got our first batch into the Sweet 16. So we're going on the other side to see what makes it into the Sweet 16. And here we go.
All right. So we got Die Hard going up against
this First
Star Trek
Contact.
First Contact.
Okay.
All right.
I'm up first.
Interesting.
Yeah, you know what? I like Die Hard, but I want to see a Star Trek movie go through, and that's my favorite one. So I'll vote for First Contact on this one.
Yeah, like First Contact's my favorite Star Trek movie of all time too. So I'm gonna go with First Contact. Justin?
I'm as big a fan of upsets as anyone, but Die Hard's Die Hard. I'm going Die Hard.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep. Fair enough.
All right.
Malcolm.
Die Hard.
Jacob?
I wish I knew which way Steven was going to go so I could put this all on him.
Oh, all right.
All right.
You know what? I'm going to go Star Trek.
All right.
We'll see. Steven.
You know, Die Hard is higher on my list, but it's been on a lot of other lists. So I'm going with Star Trek First Contact.
Hey,
ooh,
nice.
nice.
There. All right. First Contact takes it.
First Contact.
All right.
All right.
All right. Good old Star Trek in the Sweet
I like
16.
it. Yeah.
All right.
So we got the Insider going up against Arrival.
All right. And Jordan, you're up first.
Well, one movie that I don't care for going up against one I haven't seen. So it's like, but probably I'm going to go with the Insider. That's the one I haven't seen because I'm just not a fan of Arrival. So I'm going with the Insider.
You literally took it
Justin?
from me. Same thing. Yeah. It's not that I don't like Arrival, but yeah, I'll go Insider.
Yeah.
Insider.
In the same way. I don't hate it, but it's not. It's just overrated. But Malcolm?
Arrival.
Yeah,
All right, Jacob.
I love Arrival, but I'm very intrigued by The Insider. I'm gonna go with The Insider.
Yeah. Steven.
So yeah, I mean, The Insider is a great movie, but Arrival is in my top 10. So Arrival.
Yeah. Austin.
There's no way in hell I'm voting for a movie that's on my overrated list. So I'm going The Insider. Put it through. 4-2.
So then, okay.
All right.
Mm-hmm.
So the Insider moves on. All right.
Yeah, 4-2. I'm for The Insider.
I like it. A lot of kind of upsets on this.
Yeah. Some fresh movies.
Yeah, right. So next up we got Wizard of Oz going against Lord of the Rings.
Lord of the Rings, Return of the King. Oh,
man. Two classics, man.
Hey, they're both movies where people walk a really long time to get to a destination. I mean, it's kind of similar.
It's a long journey.
Yeah.
Yep.
And have like live trees too. Like the Wizard of Oz has the trees with the apples, like grabbing people and shit.
Yeah.
Like,
The Lord of the
all
Rings
kinds
is basically the Wizard of Oz without.
Yeah,
both have
essentially.
magic.
They both got like fire at the end with like the Oz has got like the fire shooting out, and they got like a mortar. You know, there's like a volcano. You know, they're pretty much the same movie, really. I mean,
yeah,
think
right.
about it.
Think about it. Yeah, they're the same movie. Yeah.
Well, wizards and witches,
Justin.
you know, they're kind of similar. So yeah, Justin, same movie.
You got.
I'm sure there'll be a time where I vote against Lord of the Rings, but today is not this day. I'm going Return of the King.
Yep. Malcolm.
Yeah, I mean, my food would murder me if I don't go Wizard of Oz, but
Yeah.
I can't vote against Lord of the Rings, so go Return of the King.
Yep. Jacob.
I'm still spite voting against Lord of the Rings, so I'm gonna go the Wizard of Oz.
All right. Steven.
I mean, I love The Wizard of Oz, but Return of the King and Lord of the Rings is in my top 5. So Lord of the Rings.
Yeah. Well, Austin.
Wizard of Oz.
I can't vote against Lord of the Rings almost ever. Like for me, it's like a favorite, and to maybe win it, but so I got to go Lord of the Rings, Return of the King. So with that, Lord of the Rings.
For Lord of the Rings,
Yeah.
All right.
Next up, we got Jaws going up against Almost Famous.
Almost Famous. Okay. Malcolm.
Almost Famous.
All right. Jacob.
Yeah, I'll go Almost Famous.
All right, Steven.
Jaws is another movie that's in a lot of lists. Almost Famous.
Yeah. Austin?
Jaws by a nautical mile.
Yeah. Well, this one's one that I think is like too overrated versus one I haven't seen again. But Jaws is great. Like it's still great. So I'll go with Jaws. So Justin?
Yeah, I'm gonna continue the trend of like, yeah, Jaws is on all the lists, but Almost Famous is solid, and I'm going to Almost Famous.
Yeah.
Almost Famous pulls the upset over Jaws. 4-2.
Almost Famous. Ooh, man. Another upset.
You can't share this list on social media. There'll be a
Twitter
mob.
Well,
this is just for the people experiencing
now,
it.
it's a good time to bring up that we do put the Elite 8, when we get to the 8, we put the 8 in a poll to see who's the favorite. But with these lists, it's not like, well, how did so-and-so not make the list unless you're watching? Like, if you're just kind of coming into the poll, you don't know what else was on the poll. So, like, it could have been anything.
No context.
Yeah.
Yep, so we'll see what the people think, if they're going to scream in the comments or what.
Yeah.
We'll find out. So.
All right.
But yeah, moving on, we got V for Vendetta going up against LA Confidential.
LA Confidential, okay.
All right.
Jacob.
Ooh, which one do I want to watch first?
Yeah.
For the very first time.
V for Vendetta.
All right. Steven?
As much as I love Viva Vendetta, it's LA Confidential quite easily, actually, for me.
Yeah. All right. Austin?
V for Vendetta is the one I've watched more and like more.
Yeah. V for Vendetta quite easily for me, so I'm going to go V for Vendetta. Justin?
Yeah. Seen them both once, but LA Confidential.
Yeah. Malcolm?
V for Vendetta.
All right.
Just
skirted another tie again. So V for Vendetta.
Yeah.
Not a lot of near falls here.
No. Yep. Let's see. So next up, we got the girl next
Girl
door.
Next Door.
Yeah.
Which beat Malcolm X.
You got Malcolm X
Against the
versus
Departed.
Oh.
Alicia Cuthbert is as good as Jack Nicholson. Yeah, of course. And DiCaprio and Matt Damon and Mark Wahlberg.
DiCaprio. Yeah.
I think Timothy Oliphant is the better comparison.
Yeah,
They're both kind of wild characters.
I'm just saying, the ensembles are right near on par with each other. I mean, really.
I love it. I would put Timothy Oliphant against those guys, even though I love them all.
Yeah.
Well,
Justified's one of my favorite TV shows.
Well, Stephen, once again, you can vote for it if you like, because you're up first.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's just a personal favorite, and Emile Hirsch's character is one of those characters that I really truly identify with. So even though even though I didn't do well in school, grade-wise, but I mean, in terms of his shyness and everything, the girl next door for me.
Yeah. Austin?
Well, you're out of your mind. The Departed. Stacey, bro.
I want to throw a wrench into things. I want to see it move on. Let's go with the girl next door. Boom. Let's do it. Justin?
Man, the juice is worth the squeeze. Right. If there was any better Scorsese movie on the list, Departed's Departed. I'm going girl next door. You got it.
All right.
Just gotta do it.
Woo, yeah.
It's not a great movie, but
yeah. Could have some upsets.
Malcolm.
So I've got three for the girl next door already.
Yeah. You can put it through if you vote for it.
Yeah.
I know. I cannot good conscience do that. I like the Departed too much, so I'm going to go Departed, but Jacob might be the chaos vote.
Yeah. Let's see, Jacob, what do you got?
See, I can't remember who has the tiebreaker.
Yeah, right.
I'm not going to say.
So I'm going the Departed easily.
Okay.
Well, it's me. I've got the vote, and you guys are fucking stupid for trying to put the girl next door this goddamn thing.
Right.
Put the Departed through.
Right.
it was worth a
Oh,
shot.
I was hoping it was you.
Look,
come on.
Jordan, I'm the wrench throwing guy, but only for the right fun movie. And the girl next door is not that movie. I'm sorry. I'll do it for Air Force One. I'll do it for other shit on the list, but not that. Sorry, I'm not doing that one.
Wasn't Stephen the tiebreaker vote they got girl next door moving on in the first place?
Yeah, right. Yeah, but I think so. But
I'll do it for the money. Rocky? I'll do it for other shit, but I'm not doing it for that movie. No, sorry.
Yeah. We got Rocky going up against Young Adult.
It's Young Adult. I'm up first again. Rocky. Sorry, Young Adult is not even my favorite Reitman. It's Rocky.
Yeah, I gotta go with Rocky all the way, hands down. That's easy. So, Justin.
Yeah. Young Adult's cool, but Rocky. Gosh. Rocky.
Yeah. Yep. Malcolm.
Rocky.
Yep. Jacob.
Yeah, we've had our fun. Now
Yep.
Back to the real world. Rocky.
Oh, we still got Air Force One coming up. If you don't think I'm still gonna have a little fun, you're in for a rude awakening.
I mean, at least for this match.
There's some fun to be had.
Sure.
At least for this one.
Steven?
Well, Rocky is in my top 20 or 25, and Young Adult is near the bottom, more towards the bottom. So Rocky. Plus, it's a Philadelphia movie, so I gotta go for Rocky.
Clean sweep for Rocky.
Oh yeah, you're from Pennsylvania. That's right. Yeah. So, yep.
Yeah, it's Philly suburbs.
Rocky. Yeah. Awesome. So, we got Air Force One.
There we go.
So we'll see.
Against aliens. Oh, come on, shit! I forgot about that.
Didn't have that much chaos.
I forgot about that. Damn it, I forgot about that. Well, I got a minute to think about it because Jordan's up first. So
Yeah. Yeah, like I'm not a big Air Force One fan. I mean, it's good. Like, it's not a bad movie, but like compared to Aliens, I mean, come on, like Aliens all day. So yeah, I'm gonna go with Aliens. Justin.
You know,
It's tough.
right? What is it? It's get off my plane versus get off my ship, basically.
Yeah, right.
Oh, get away from her, you bitch.
Right. I couldn't remember the line.
Yeah.
And that speaks to it. I couldn't remember the line of one. I remembered the line of the other. Back to the Future, I already got upset. Let's go Air Force One. Let's do it. Send it.
Yeah. Malcolm.
Yeah, Ripley's going to shoot Air Force One out of the sky. Aliens.
Yep, exactly, all day. Jacob?
Aliens has already won one of these. Let's give Air Force One some time to shine. Air Force One.
Yeah. Yeah, Aliens won for Chris's top 64, but it's Austin's favorite movie. So
yeah. That was the conundrum there.
Funny enough, but Steven?
As much as I love Air Force One, and I really love it, I have to go with Aliens.
Yeah.
Okay.
Austin,
so I could either easily put through Aliens or force a tie, which Aliens will probably go through anyways. Although Jordan might have some fun and put it in.
Yeah.
God damn! As much as I love being Mr. Anarchy, and I do. You know what? Fuck it. Air Force One. Why not? Let's do it.
Oh, okay.
Do the right thing, Jordan.
Have some fun. Jordan's got the tiebreaker.
You leave it down to me.
I why not? I mean, like I said, Aliens already won one of these, so like everybody knows it's my favorite movie, but it already.
You know what?
So we'll see.
I voted for Aliens in the first place, but I'm going to switch it up. Let's go with Air Force One. Let's do it.
Okay. All right. Well, Wolfgang Peterson. All right.
So does that mean so far let's see, the Fugitive, Air Force One, I think Raiders made it through, right? So
no, I think Raiders got upset. Raiders got upset by DreamWorks.
Raiders got
DreamWorks.
DreamWorks,
yeah. So okay, so far 2 out of the 4 Harrison Ford movies on my list.
Yep. So that's the end of that round, though. So
all right, we're doing good. Let's get these 16 down to the 8. Down to the 8 coming up.
Is this where we take the break? Because I do kind of have to go to the bathroom.
Okay, no, that's fine. If you guys need to take a bathroom break or something, go ahead. We'll kind of talk what's been going on for a second. Give you 2 minutes.
Yeah, here.
Do your thing.
I was zooming up. You already know all the movies on the list. That's not.
Yeah. So what do we got going on so far? We got a little underdog action with some Dream Warriors. We got Truman Show holding tough.
Truman Show. Got Star Trek. Going over Die Hard.
Yeah, got some. I mean, we still have some. Some favorites that make it through on a lot of lists. You got your Forrest Gumps and your Lord of the Rings.
Yeah.
Departed, I think, was on pretty far on another list. I think that was far on Chris's list, I think, if I remember right. Yeah, Fugitive is kind of a new one. Goodwill Hunting's a new one. And of course, the fun pick, our mummy, if you will, is probably going to be Air Force One. So let's see what happens.
Fun never stops with Air Force One.
Yeah, and I think we got RoboCop in there still. Got some. Ones. So
RoboCop. Yeah.
So we got some sort of past favorites going up against some fresh new favorites. So we'll see what happens here. But it's been interesting so far as we're getting down to the 8 and we're wrapping it up here. We could. It's funny though. None of these. We always have fun with these fun picks. Your mummies and Ninja Turtles and whatnot, but they never seem to make it to like the final 4 for the most part.
Yeah,
They kind of get to a point, then it's like, all right, it made it into the poll, and like that's enough. That's enough of that.
I thought my top 2 was pretty fun.
What'd you have? You had Mary Poppins.
Mary Poppins and Willy Wonka.
Oh yeah. That was a good time.
Willy Wonka is another heavy favorite that makes it pretty far every time it's in a list. I think it's done a couple of times.
With Austin, you had Who Framed Roger Rabbit as your number 1.
Yeah. No, I mean that was fun because it's a good movie. I was happy to see that one go really far.
The Mummy was this close though.
Oh,
Yeah,
dude,
right?
it
Yeah,
almost made
it was
it. I
close.
think did it make it to the final four? I think it made it to the four.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was fun.
But
it was.
my
it was
favorite
our,
movie ended up being
crazy
Jurassic
wild card.
Park. So, which I'm not mad about. Like Jurassic Park's awesome. I love it. So.
All right, we're just waiting for Steven to get back, and we'll figure out what our poll Elite 8 is going to be, which is coming up very, very shortly.
Because it's giving me time to think about this first matchup.
Yeah,
the first matchup
we got a couple of tough matchups coming up as we kind of scroll through.
Ooh, yeah, we got some tough ones. It only gets harder from here. So,
all right. Steven's back. Malcolm stepped away for a second, but Justin's going to be up first, but we can swing around back to Malcolm if we need to. But we'll get going with Justin first, as we got our first one of the 16 going to the Elite 8. Will it be The Truman Show or Forrest Gump? So, Justin, you're up first.
I was going to lean one way, but I remembered I went and ate at a Bubba Gump for the first time.
Yeah.
Had some delicious crab. And I would not have had that delicious crab if it weren't for Forrest Gump. So I'm going to go Forrest Gump.
Yep.
The movie's
Malcolm?
beyond.
Yep.
Okay.
What do you got?
You're muted.
Might be muted. There we go.
I love both of these movies, but I've got to go Forrest Gump.
Yeah. Jacob?
I was leaning towards Forrest Gump, but I think I'm actually going to go Truman Show.
Oh, yeah? All right. Steven, what do you got? You might be muted or it's cutting out. Oh, there we go.
Okay. Do you hear me now?
Yeah.
This is tough. But I think I'm going to go with the Truman Show.
All right. Austin?
Forrest Gump is great, but damn, this last year I've been on a Truman Show high, so I'll stick with it and go Truman Show.
Yeah. But for me, I'm a massive Forrest Gump fan, and kind of like Justin said, I didn't know there's literally that many ways to cook shrimp. So for that, I'm gonna go with Forrest Gump. So.
Well, and our first vote of the 16 is a tie, and the tie-breaking vote is back down to Justin, back down to the bottom of the ladder. You have the power, sir. What would you like to put through?
Well, I was secretly hoping that Truman Show was going to win. I just kind of wanted to throw out my little line about Bubba Gump. But beyond that, right, 2020 feels like, or 2020, gosh, it's 2021 now. Feels like a good year to watch a movie like The Truman Show. It just seems like a feel-good movie that we all need. So I'm going. Let's go Truman Show.
All right.
Truman Show. Moving on.
We're all rooting for Truman, just like in the movie. Truman.
Yep.
Yeah.
Exactly.
All
right. So next up we have Dream Warriors going up against.
So
Robocop.
I cut out which one won?
Oh yeah, sorry. It was Truman Show. Yeah.
Oh, it was okay.
Yeah. And the tiebreaker, yes. Justin flipped his vote and went Truman. Mm-hmm.
Who's up first? No.
Malcolm's up first. So Dream Warriors versus Robocop. Malcolm.
You got.
I'm gonna go Robocop.
Yeah. Jacob?
I'm gonna go Dream Warriors.
All right. Steven?
Yeah, I'm gonna go Dream Warriors.
Yeah. Austin?
I love horror, dude. Let's go Dream Warriors. Come on.
Well, I'm going to keep it close. I'm going to go with Robocop. So, we'll see. Justin?
Do the right thing.
I've got. Well, I think I know how it ends either way. So I'll go Robocop, and
all right.
We'll let
Malcolm decide, right?
All right, it's another tie. Yeah, so Malcolm has the power with the tiebreaker on this one.
Do.
Well, Dream Warriors shouldn't have gone this far, Robocop.
How
Damn it.
dare you,
Robocop.
sir?
Damn it. You killed
How
Freddy. Damn it.
dare you?
He'll be
The
back.
truth
Freddy will
is-
be back.
That'll be-
He's never
Robocop
The
really
truth
dead.
is, the truth is, it's actually lower on my list. But I do love this franchise so much that's why I continue to vote for it.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Well, in real life battle,
All
Freddy versus
right.
RoboCop, that might be a close one. So you never know.
Hey, they fight. Don't they fight in those Mortal Kombat games? They're both in the Mortal Kombat games.
Oh yeah,
They're not in the
there
same
you
one.
go. Yeah, but
All right.
the
Endgame.
Avengers Endgame going up against the Fugitive. All right,
The Fugitive. All right, and Jacob's up first. Mhm.
Yeah, I'm gonna go Endgame.
Yep. Steven?
This is tough, but I'm gonna go with The Fugitive.
All right, Austin.
I'm gonna go with the more exciting, thrilling, compelling movie, and that's The Fugitive.
All right. Well, for me, I'm the other way. Like the one that's more exciting for me is Endgame. I gotta go with Endgame. So, Justin.
I'm just gonna go Fugitive.
All right, Malcolm. You got?
Yeah, I've got to go for the more exciting one, which is Endgame.
Yep.
Wow, 3 movies, 3 ties. We have yet another tie,
tie.
and this one
This
one goes to Jacob Barber for the tiebreaker.
Yeah, what do you got?
I'll stick with Endgame.
Yeah.
Oh, man, be adventurous.
The
people.
correct choice. Yeah.
I can't complain because I probably do have Endgame a little higher.
Oh, what?
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
Uh-oh,
Come
they're
on.
disappearing. Thanos is snapping them out of existence.
Yeah. When snapped away.
That's the
That's my
wrong
computer's
movie,
like-
Austin.
Yeah, it's the better movie, Jacob.
I do agree with that. I do agree with that.
Well, I really hope this isn't Frozen. I'm gonna.
Frozen
We
was
didn't vote for Frozen.
There we
Yeah,
go.
we didn't vote for that.
You got to give it a minute. Yeah.
I'll
So
vote
like
for
it.
Frozen.
Your computer's
It is there.
walking out.
Yeah,
Whoa.
it's like being
All right.
really weird.
Yeah.
But
Okay,
It's there.
You got it.
so
All right.
and at the same moment that my headphones decided to crap out of me, so I
Always-
can't hear anyone at the moment. I'm switching to my wireless that I have like ready to go. So
Yeah, have them ready to go.
give me a quick
The only
second.
last-
Sorry,
you-
guys.
you gotta get-
This always happens. So
Yeah.
all right.
You got to get headphones that last longer than 2 hours.
I get
no,
cheap
no,
headphones at
Thought I
$5.
could. Hang on.
Yeah.
Sorry, guys. Because as the host, I don't think that I can jump out and jump back in, but I'm gonna go into my settings real quick and see if I can.
You can jump out and jump back in.
Let's see. Okay, I think I can hear you guys now.
Hello?
Somebody
Hello,
said, yeah, I can
Jordan.
hear you. Yes.
Okay.
Well, here
All
you
right.
said hello, Jordan. Okay.
Okay.
All right.
Hello, Jordan.
Yeah. All right. So
Scrolling on down. As Endgame
Scrolling on
moved through,
down
we
to
got Goodwill Hunting versus
Yeah.
Shawshank Redemption.
yeah,
Okay.
this is Shawshank. All right,
All right,
Who's up
Stephen,
first?
you're first.
Steven.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Yeah, I gotta go with Shawshank.
All right, Austin. What do you got?
Yep. I'll go Shawshank.
And then, I've not seen either one of these this late into the tournament, so I am probably going to go with Shawshank. I think it is the one that I'm probably going to end up watching next. I think so.
All right.
Justin.
I'll dark horse and go Goodwill Hunting.
Yeah. All right.
No.
Malcolm, what do you got?
Goodwill Hunting.
Yeah.
Jacob?
Jacob.
So 4 matchups, 4 ties.
Yeah,
It could be
right.
if you vote for Goodwill Hunting, it will be.
I am going Goodwill Hunting.
Wow.
All
All right.
right.
Wow. 4 for 4
All right.
on the ties. So as it moves up the ladder, Stephen, our guest of honor, you have the power here. What do you want
Yeah.
to put through?
I'll stick with Shawshank.
Okay, Shawshank moves on.
Shawshank it is. All right. So, And that'll be the end for that side. So
Okay, we have our first half of our Elite Eight, and
right,
Truman, Robocop, Avengers Endgame, and Shawshank Redemption. So moving on to the other side, we've got Star Trek First Contact versus The Insider.
Versus The Insider,
all right.
All right.
And I'm up first this time. I want to see a Star Trek movie make it to the poll, so I'm going to go First Contact, my favorite one.
Yeah, and I'm going to go with First Contact. I love that movie, so First Contact. Justin?
Yeah, I've been voting Insider, even though I haven't seen it, but First Contact, great. I'm going First Contact.
Yeah. Malcolm?
The Insider.
Yeah. Justin?
Or Jacob?
I mean, yeah, sorry. Jacob. The other Jay.
Yeah. I'm going to go First Contact as well.
All right. Steven.
Well, Star Trek The Next Generation is my fourth favorite TV show of all time. And The Best of Both Worlds, part 1 and 2, are probably, if not my favorite, then certainly in my top 5 favorite Star Trek TNG episodes. So I will go with Star Trek First Contact.
All right.
With that,
Captain Picard makes it into the Elite Eight, into the poll. All right.
He's not been assimilated yet.
No.
Not quite. All right.
Just a vogue.
Yeah.
All right. So we've got Lord of the Rings, Return of the King.
Yeah.
Always a heavy favorite versus Almost Famous.
Almost Famous. All right.
All right. And Jordan's up first. I'm
up first. This one's easy for me. We got to go Return of the King. Like, it's been in a lot of polls. It's a lot of people's favorite, but it's one of mine, so I got to stick with it. Justin?
Yeah, I got to go Return of the King, too. I think it's not the other movies where I haven't been in your guys' space a lot, but for like, I feel like they're falling from overrated to underrated for sure.
Yeah.
The trajectory. So
makes sense. Malcolm.
Lord of the Rings all day.
Yeah. Jacob, you got
Spite votes. Almost Famous.
Ooh, okay.
Spite.
Yeah, out of spite. Steven.
Well, we've seen Lord of the Rings in previous tournaments, so I'll go with Almost Famous.
All right. Austin.
Yeah, I'll echo that and say Almost Famous. I'm tired of seeing Lord of the Rings. And guess what? I get the tiebreaker. Almost Famous is knocking out Lord of the Rings. Bye-bye. Bye-bye, Lord of the Rings. Bye-bye.
All right.
It's all right. You'll see it again.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. We'll see it again in every tournament.
Yep. It'll be in the next poll. No matter what the category is, it'll be there. Yep. But moving on, we got V for Vendetta going up against The Departed. Ooh. All right.
And Justin this time.
Yeah.
Can I still say Girl Next Door? No, I'll go. I'll go Departed.
I accept.
Yeah, right. Yeah. Good.
All right. Malcolm.
Departed.
I will also go with The Departed.
All right. Steven.
I think this is actually the first time I'll be voting for it in this tournament, The Departed.
Yeah. Austin?
V for Vendetta.
I'm going to vote for V for Vendetta. Give it a little love, even though Departed pretty much...
It's not enough, as the Departed is going to the Elite Eight.
Not quite enough, but yeah. But, let's see. Moving on, we got Rocky going up against Air Force One. All right.
Air Force One. Wow. Okay. Malcolm's up first on this one. Let's see how far this Air Force One plane ride goes.
Yeah, right.
I mean, Rocky's going to punch Harrison Ford right off his own plane. Rocky.
Yeah. Vote Rocky, the terrorists win. Come on, guys. All right. But
Air Force One did what it needed to do and knocked aliens out. I'm going to go with Rocky.
Yeah. Steven?
Oh man, I don't want to vote against a Philadelphia movie, but I love
Yeah.
seeing Air Force One move on. So I'm going to say Air Force One.
All right, Austin.
I'm going to keep the fun going and go Air Force One. Why not?
Yeah. Man, if this was any other movie, I could maybe do an upset, but I can't go against Rocky. Like, he's an underdog in his own movie, and he's got to come out on top. So, Justin.
I don't think he even wins in his own movie.
Yeah.
Spoiler.
Oh man,
It's tough.
so it's 2-3 right now. 2-3.
2-3 right now.
Yeah. 2-3. So you can put it to a tie.
Screw it. Air Force One.
Well,
Guess who has the
this
tie?
one unfortunately is going to be all for naught because we know what Jordan's going to do in this one unless he wants to have a little fun. But it goes to Jordan.
We got to be real. We got to go with Rocky. I mean, come on. Like, Rocky's Rocky. Come on. Like, that's like one of like.
It's no Rocky 4. Like, I mean,
Yeah.
you know, if we had Rocky 4 versus
Rocky
Air Force
5.
One, Russia versus Russia, that'd be a fun match. But you know,
Well, like Air Force One isn't even like top 5 Harrison Ford. So yeah, I'm just like, no.
I don't really even
beg to
like
differ.
Air Force. I don't really even like Air Force One that much. It's just fun to.
I mean, neither. Yeah, right.
You can't beat Gary Oldman as the
Yeah,
Russian.
true.
True,
like
true.
the terrorist. Yeah, he's awesome.
That's the end of the Sweet 16.
I think he
So,
would negotiate.
yeah. This is the lead 8. So, get it
This
right.
is the Elite Eight. I've got it written down. Our Elite Eight is The Truman Show, Robocop, Avengers Endgame, Shawshank Redemption, Star Trek First Contact, Almost Famous, The Departed, and Rocky. But that is not the end of the show. We've got to find a winner. But here it is.
Yep.
We're going to see who's
Here,
going to move on to the
zooming
Final
out.
Four here as
All
we're
right.
getting into the nitty gritty. So over on the left side, we've got The Truman Show versus Robocop. What an interesting,
Yeah.
interesting two movies. Yeah.
Interesting. Yeah. So who's up first?
Jacob Barber is up first on this one.
Right.
Let's go Truman Show.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, Steven?
Yeah, I'm going with Truman Show too.
All right. Oh, Austin?
I think Truman is like more than Rocky, the real underdog of this tournament, and I'm going to keep rooting for him. I'm going to go Truman Show.
Yeah. I was going to vote for RoboCop, but I'm going to give in to peer pressure. I'm going to vote for the Truman Show. So, yeah. Justin?
Yeah.
Justin.
Robocop or Truman Show. Yep.
All right. Malcolm?
Yeah, even if you did go Robocop, wouldn't have made it. Truman Show would have gone through, so Truman Show.
Yeah.
All right.
Sweet.
Truman.
All right.
Truman makes it into the Final Four.
Into the Final Four.
All right. Cool.
Who would have thought? Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So,
All right. Got Avengers Endgame versus, I believe,
Endgame.
the Shawshank
Shawshank
Redemption. Yeah.
cool.
All
Okay.
right. This one could get
And-
interesting. Steven.
Yeah.
As much as I love Endgame, like I said, Shawshank is in my top 3, so Shawshank.
Yeah. Austin?
If it was Infinity War, I'd vote for Infinity War, but it's not, so I'll vote Shawshank.
Yeah. This one's easy for me. I'm going to vote for Endgame for the simple fact that I haven't seen Shawshank yet, so I got to go Endgame. So, Justin?
Yep. Same as Austin. Go Shawshank.
Yeah. Malcolm?
Avengers Endgame.
Yeah. Jacob?
I'm gonna go Endgame just to put it to another tie.
Yes.
All right. Yet another tie,
Let's
but it
do it,
goes
yeah.
to Juice this time, sir. What would you like to do?
Yeah.
Well, shoot.
Tough.
You know what? Thinking about it, I got to keep the trend of always on my tiebreakers going against what I voted for. And you know what? Shawshank to the top of every list. IMD 250 or whatever. So let's throw Endgame on there. Whatever. I'll just pretend I'll pretend it's Infinity War.
Yeah, right. There you go.
All right.
Man, you guys
makes
are dark.
Yep.
Infinity War is the darker of the two, obviously.
Yeah, that's why it's better.
Yeah. Yeah. So next up, we got Star Trek First Contact going against Almost
It's
Famous.
Almost Famous. Okay, I'm up
Yeah.
first.
Yeah.
I'm staying with the USS Enterprise. I'm gonna go Star Trek.
Yeah. I gotta stick with the crew of the Enterprise. Yep. So I'm gonna go with First Contact. Justin.
I'll go Almost Famous.
Yeah. Malcolm.
I'm gonna get Almost Famous because a movie that managed to take out Lord of the Rings must be good.
Yep. Right. True. Yep. Jacob.
I'm gonna go Almost Famous.
Almost Famous. All right.
Steven.
I am a golden god, Almost Famous.
Oh, all right.
All right.
So, Almost Famous.
The big dark horse of the tournament is Almost Famous at this point. Yeah.
It's Almost
At least
Famous.
on this side of the bracket.
Right.
Yeah. Okay.
All right, we got one more before the final four. We got
The
Departed
Departed versus
up against
Rocky.
Ooh.
All right. Boston versus Philly.
Yep.
All right. All right. Jordan, you're up first.
This one's easy for me. I got to go Rocky all day. So it's Rocky for me. Justin?
Yep. The only person I like more than Martin Scorsese is a man named Rocky Balboa. Let's go Rocky.
Yep. Malcolm, what do you got?
I'm going to go.
I'm
going to go Rocky.
Flip a coin. Okay.
We've had dice rolling on the show, on our wrestling show, so I mean, you know, it's not out of the question.
Dice, yep. Yeah. Yep. Jacob?
I will go The Departed on this one.
All right. Stephen.
Okay, so I may have voted against it in the last round because of how much I love Air Force One, but I mean it's Philly, so gotta go with Rocky.
Yep.
Yeah, I'll go Rocky this time. I kind of want to see like underdog versus underdog with like Rocky versus Truman, so I'll go Rocky.
There you go. All right. Well, with that, Rocky moves on. So it's down to the final four. We have our final four right there.
All right.
So.
Yeah, final four, and the first one to determine one of the champions, who the potential champion can be, is Truman Show versus Avengers Endgame. And Justin's up first on this one.
I'm gonna throw up this comment really quick though from Austin right here. You never liked it.
That's not correct. I don't know what he's on. I don't know how many lines of blow he did, but
yeah, right.
Not correct.
Exactly.
I will go Truman Show.
See?
Just to spite him.
Yeah, right.
No, I do love Truman Show.
All right.
Malcolm?
This is tough for me because both of these moves are hella good.
Yeah.
I'm going to go Endgame though.
Yeah. Jacob?
Yeah, I hated having to argue against The Truman Show because of how much I loved it when I faced Austin in the movie Battleground. I'm going to go with The Truman Show.
Yeah. Stephen?
Okay, so Endgame is actually a little bit higher on my list, but The Truman Show is one of those movies that the more I think about it, the more I love it, and it's just a really unique premise. Although, I mean, that, you know, this was before reality TV was a big thing. So I'm going to go with Truman Show.
All right, Austin.
Let's go Truman Show, baby.
Well, if I don't see you, good morning, good afternoon, and good night. But even so, I'm going with Endgame actually, though. So.
But Truman Show pulls the upset on Endgame 4-2, and moves on to the finals.
Moves on to the final. All right. So it's down to Almost Famous versus Rocky.
Yeah. And we go Jacob Barber on this one first. What are you putting into the finals?
Oh man, I will will go. I'll go Almost Famous.
Yeah. Steven?
Steven?
It's All Happening, Almost Famous.
Yep. Austin, you got
Rocky. I want to see underdog versus underdog. Rocky.
Yeah. Well, now that we have the Truman Show, yeah, let's go with underdog versus underdog. I'll go with Rocky. Justin?
Yeah, Rocky.
Malcolm?
Malcolm.
Rocky.
Yeah.
Oh, no tie
Right.
on that one. Rocky makes it
No.
through to the finals to the
Rocky.
championship.
All right. It was
Okay.
so
All
hard.
right.
I almost had to give away the last couple of times. But Almost Famous is my number one all-time favorite.
Oh, hey, it made it
Number
to the
one.
final four, which is
Yeah.
pretty good for these tournaments. If it can make it that far, that's pretty good.
I
Yeah,
had to underplay my love for this movie every time I voted for it so that I didn't give away that
Right.
it was number
Yeah.
one.
Right.
But that
Make
means, Stephen, we are about to determine what your new favorite movie is. This is exciting. With this final vote. Yeah, you're going to have a new favorite movie.
Here we go.
We're going to determine that right now. And guess what? You get to be the first vote on this one. So what are you going to vote as your new favorite movie?
This is tough
Your
because
favorite, yeah.
because Rocky would be appropriate since it's Philadelphia.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm actually rooting for the Truman Show to win this, so I'm going with Truman Show.
All right. Austin?
Yeah, I'm still on that Truman Show high, so I'll continue with Truman.
I gotta go Rocky. I mean, let's be real here. Like Rocky's like one of the best underdogs like that ever like existed in movies. So yeah.
I root for Truman as much as I root for Rocky at the end of both movies. I'll say that.
Sure. Justin?
You know what I like more than Truman and Rocky is Ed TV. I think that's a great movie, similar context with
There you go.
cameras all over. No, I'll screw it. Still also to screw
Matthew McConaughey.
that comment from earlier. Just let's go Truman Show. Let's do it.
All right.
Yep. All right.
Malcolm.
Yeah, I like both these movies, but Truman Show's better.
Ooh, all right.
Jacob?
And that means that Steven's new favorite movie is The Truman Show.
It's The Truman Show. We have a
Truman Show.
winner.
All right.
Congratulations,
Truman
Steven. That's your new
Show.
favorite
All right.
movie. All right.
Good favorite.
Good job.
Yeah.
And just to tell Justin, the prize for your new favorite movie is, Steven, you now have to, once we go off the air, go watch The Truman Show right now. You have to turn off the show and put it on
Before you go to bed. Yeah.
Before you go to bed tonight.
Yeah.
I'll try to skip through it because it's past midnight and I have to wake up early.
Yeah,
Me
right,
too.
right.
Well, you have to at least watch it tomorrow. We have to watch it within 24 hours.
Yeah. But that was a lot of fun,
There
guys.
you Good job.
Thanks for coming
Yeah, it
on.
was-
So
Yeah, I was happy that my favorite movie made it as far as it did.
Made it the
Yeah,
final
yeah.
four, which is impressive. Yeah, very impressive.
rub it in.
Yeah.
well, the entire time I was like, did he forget to reveal his number one, or is it still in there? I'm like,
Right.
what is it?
He had to hold it in. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I had to. When it was up against Jaws, I already told you guys pretty much the rest of my top five except for number one.
Mhm.
So I was
Yeah.
like, what am I going to say when it's when it was Almost Famous
Yeah.
versus Jaws, and then Almost Famous versus
Mhm.
I forget what the other one was in the Lord of the Rings, I think. Like, I'll
Yeah,
make up the
yeah.
excuse. We've seen them in previous
No, yeah.
lists.
Sure.
Yeah. Well, I've never seen it before, so now I got to go watch it. If it's your number one, then it must be good. So I gotta go see it.
Yeah, if you can, I would recommend the Untitled bootleg cut. That's like 20 minutes longer than the theatrical.
Okay. Yeah.
I mean, the
Exactly
theatrical.
that.
He was probably going to say the theatrical cut is good, but he likes the 20-minute extended version better. Stephen froze up for a second. I was finishing your sentence for you.
Yeah.
All right. Well, good
awesome,
job,
guys.
guys.
Yeah,
Thank you, everybody, to be here. We'll go around the horn, and Jordan will introduce everybody, and let us know where we can find you. If you got any plugs, get them out there.
Yes, we'll just start at the bottom of the ladder as how it was displayed. So, the juice, Justin, where can we find you? Do you have anything you want to promote?
Yeah, like I was saying earlier in the show, tomorrow night, the podcast I'm on called What the Show, where we just talk about whatever. It's not necessarily a schmodown show, but tomorrow night we do have Brother Lomas on in character,
Nice.
and so it's going to be fun. Normally we just
It's a character.
Yeah.
Oh god! Oh, I just thought that was him.
Well, I mean, we'll find out. But just talking about whatever. And then my YouTube channel, Justin the Juice. I do guitar videos every once in a while. It's great. So cool. Thanks for having me on. This is a lot of fun.
Yeah. Definitely. Malcolm, where can we find you?
I host over on Take 3 Productions. You can find me hosting Rankin Movie Saturday night. This week we're doing top 12 comic book movie sequels.
Okay.
And I don't think I'll do a late night this week. But I have, just because I don't have a topic, but normally do a late night Take 3 on Sundays. Over on Full Metal, I host Full Metal Classics on Sundays as well, and also Full Metal Random. We did a match earlier today all about the Cornerstone trilogy.
Nice. Yeah, that's a great trilogy. So, but Jacob, where can we find you?
I'm around.
Yeah, you're around. Yep. As usual.
He's around, just commenting on
around.
posts and hanging around on Facebook and stuff. Yeah, he's always around.
You're just loitering around, But well, Stephen, where can we find you? Stephen?
You can find Stephen watching The Truman Show in the next 24 hours and reviewing it on Facebook and wherever else he's going to be doing.
I'm Facebook, Instagram. Although on Instagram, for some reason, they have my last name first, and then my first name.
Okay.
And then I'm surprised no one tried to go on my letterbox to cheat to find out.
That's no fun.
Yeah, right.
But it's I'm a S Shepard 82 is my letterbox name. Username.
All right. Well, Austin, do you have anything you want to promote?
I mean, the usual. I'm co-hosting most of the shows around here. With Jordan, tier ranker fights, tournament fights. We're gonna try to film the next episode of our Seinfeld show this weekend. Hello from Movie Hero, and we'll be doing episode 2 of season 1 and episode 2 of season 6. So we're trucking our way through those seasons, and we'll have a good time with that. And next week on Tournament Fights, I'll be live from Orlando on vacation, so I'll try to be broadcasting from a hotel.
Yeah, right. yeah. So, and then just a couple of episodes of tier ranker and tournament fights we got coming up for the channel. So this Friday at 6 p.m. Pacific time, we're going to be doing best football movies of all time in honor of the start of the NFL season. So we got a pretty fun cast or group for that show. And then we're going to be doing the following Tuesday, 1 week from today, we're going to be doing an episode of our spinoff show, Tournament Fights Battles, where we take 4 people, we each submit 16 things into the bracket, and we have them duke it out and see what comes out on top. So we're going to be doing our favorite TV shows of all time. So that should be a pretty solid one. And then after that, we're going to be doing best time travel movies the following Friday for tier ranker fights episode. That'll be fun because we're going to have both Robert and Vanessa from Late to the Party. We're going to have Andres Gallegos, and we're going to have Jen Kemp. So we got a pretty stacked cast for that one. So yeah, should be a fun time. So that's basically where you can find us. And also too, you'll be able to find the poll about mid-afternoon tomorrow on the Schwinn on Friends and Family group over on Facebook. And then also you can find us on on all the social medias at Movie Hero 2121. So you can find us there as well. So yeah, just give us a like, hit the subscribe, hit the little bell if you want.
Yeah, we're slowly working our way to
the-
100 subscribers. I think we're waiting. I know
Yeah.
it seems like not much of a milestone, but it's always a first for everything. And we're at 86 right now, so we're trying to creep our way to 100 and get to that milestone and keep going from there. We're getting there.
Yeah. I want to give a little shout out to my friend April, who's been in the chat for almost every single episode. She's gotten about like 10 people to subscribe over the last week, so I got to give her a shout out for doing that. It's like a huge help to us. So yeah, but this has been an awesome time. So we'll go ahead and sign off. So for the Juice, for Malcolm, for Jacob, for Steven, for Austin, I've been Jordan Movie Hero Anderson, and we will see you next time.